Just when I thought I couldn't find my way out, yeah, I searched the God in me to find my way out. I know it can seem way out, but the Creator flows to and through me from way out. I'm talking way out, yeah. See, if you believe in the God in you, it's a better place. Creating the force and the power to live a better life. Just know that love and joy and peace is one in all of the same space. That you were chosen just like God. Your energy. That's right. I'll give myself. Only you can make the change. I'll give myself. Share your energy. I'll give myself. Shine so bright. From darkness to light. From darkness to light. Yeah. And you'll find your way out. Yeah. Oh, it won't seem way out. Yeah. The power of God will flow through you from way out.
Welcome. This is Alchemizing Energy, and I'm your host, DJ Genesis. I got a special guest here. Welcome to the show, Angel. So today we are going to be talking. Hey. Today we are going to be talking about jealousy in men. Are men jealous of women? And we're going to really get into it, because I believe that there are certain cases where men could be jealous of women. Let's get into it. So let's go.
Modern men are jealous of women, and they care more about control than having a damn companion. If you agree with what I've said so far, please drop a like and a comment on this video, because it means a lot, right? And it helps the algorithm. But I'm going to get into this. I need y'all to understand something. Modern men today are definitely jealous of women because they cannot control them. When you give someone the ability to make and manage their own coins, you can't control them. You dig what I'm saying? And what I have looked at in the conversations that I've had, I had a guy tell me a couple days ago, he DM'd me. He was like, what you don't understand, Dr. Julio, with your pandering ass, is that these women out here care more about degrees than they do about us. And I said, well, why is that? So I'm real good. I've gotten real good at this content thing with asking questions. Why is that? Why would a woman care more about degrees than she cares about your dick? Because that's what this is all about at the end of the day, right? That's what this is all about. I want to. That's what the guy told me. He's like, well, I care about my legacy. I care about this and that. Listen, women didn't have the ability to move on their own until about 60 so years ago, give or take, in the 70s. In the 70s, women actually became fully autonomous beings, right? In the 70s, they actually began to be able to have their own credit cards, get their own bank accounts, buy their own homes. They didn't need a man for anything starting in the 70s, right? Most men who were only able to get women because they could basically pay for them, because women were seen as property, things to be used, a baby factory, not a person to be respected, right? This is how a lot of men operated in the black community I'm talking about. I'm not saying this doesn't exist in the white community, because everything I'm saying about the black community can absolutely be applied to the white community, because they're the ones that set this process, that set this system up to begin with. It only trickled down to us. The fact is, when you can no longer control somebody by controlling their pockets, now you have to have character to make yourself likable. Most men are unlikable outside of the realms of their ability to control their environment or control women that they want. This is why the majority of men are single. Kevin Samuels never really addressed this. He said 54% of men are single and childless. One, he conflated that statistic. He conflated the age range of that statistic to generate it, which he did. And two, he used that all the time as this great net positive to say, no, it's not men's fault, it's women. Women are making bad decisions. First of all, if 54% of men are single and childless, that means they're non-select. They're not pickable, because they don't qualify to sit at the table that women have literally built for themselves. And what makes men jealous and what pisses them off is the fact that they have been able to craft for themselves a life absent a man. Through technological advancements in science, women can literally, they still need a sperm, they can basically create kids by themselves. They no longer need us in that sense, gentlemen. Is that something to be jealous of? Well, I guess to some degree, if you don't really like women, yeah, be jealous of it. Or you can take it from, you see it my way. This is an indicator that we must do better as a class of men. We must become likable or we will be left behind. You understand? We got one or two choices, either sink or swim. Either we're going to learn to live together as brothers and sisters or we're going to perish together as fools.
Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel.
All right, so welcome to the channel. Angel, what do you think about that statement that he just said right there?
I mean, I agree with that part, but I feel like there's a deeper rabbit hole that we can go down.
Okay, let's get into it.
I feel like a lot of men have been pressured to be men, and they really want to be with men. But their family, their status in the community, being judged, it doesn't allow them to truly be themselves. So they get with a woman that they really don't like, to live up to that status that they're supposed to live up to. And that's why they're angry and jealous. They're angry and jealous of women because they want to be the woman. If you ask me. I'm just saying. I met a few of them.
You met a few of people that was like that. You know what I'm saying? You met a few of them.
We met a few of them. Come on now. I think that, definitely, if they could live freely in this world, they'd probably be with a man. And they were only jealous because
he says men want to be with men. Really, men do want to be with men. If you
not all of them, don't say men like I'm saying all of them, but we talking about the ones that are angry and jealous. Why would a man be angry and jealous of a woman? Because he wants to be that woman. He wants to be that girl.
Right. Exactly. And why would they be online complaining so much about women if there was not some level of jealousy of how because whenever they talk about women, they always talk about how y'all don't have to do this, y'all ain't had to do that, y'all women, y'all get to y'all expect us to take care of y'all and this, that, y'all females and this, that, the other. So that's not that's jealousy. That's straight up jealousy.
If you're new, my name is Maxine, and if you're a returning viewer and subscriber, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about, are men actually jealous of women? I think sometimes men can be, depending on their finances, depending on their achievements, and depending sometimes on their physical appearance. So let's jump straight in.
Ladies, that man is jealous of you. That man you laying down with, he jealous of you. That's why he won't help you. That's why he don't support you. But he ain't gonna leave you alone. He gonna keep breadcrumbing you to keep you around because he needs your energy. He needs your energy to pursue his dreams. See, he trying to use you till he get the wet. He trying to go, then he gonna leave you alone. Don't be a fool, baby. Don't spend all your good years supporting that man because he don't like you. He jealous of you. He jealous of the way people love you. He jealous of your light. And he know you deserve better. And he know that he don't have that drive and that power like you have to push through on his own dreams. So he gonna try to keep you around, but he jealous of you. He jealous of your light. So be cautious with these men. They be your biggest haters. They be the same ones that tell you, I love you, baby, I never do it again. But trying to do everything to break your character, to break you, because he jealous of you and he really don't like you and he want to be you.
What's even worse than a woman being jealous of another woman is a man who is jealous of a woman. And as women, we're constantly warned about other women who may be jealous of us, but we are not warned enough about the men who could be jealous of you as a woman. Because a lot of the times when a girl is jealous of you, it's a lot of times rooted in emotion. And so it causes comparison. Oh, she looks this way, but I look this way. She has this and I don't. Comparison. When a man is jealous of you, it's rooted in entitlement and ego most of the time. And when it's rooted in entitlement and ego, it's not so much, oh, I don't have that. It's more so, why does she get to have that? And when a man feels that way about you, he is going to make it his life mission to belittle you, humble you, hide you, take things from you. Like, a man who is jealous of you will literally make you question your freedom. A woman who's jealous of you, it'll probably, hurt your feelings a little bit, maybe make you question your worth a little. But a man being jealous of you will literally make you question your freedom. He will take everything from you.
Thoughts, Angel? What are your thoughts about that?
So I want to say, like a wise man told me, I'm going to say it like this. On that list of demons that he's fighting, his sexuality is one of them. I stand on that, period. Okay? I mean, I see the comments, and I kind of want to address one of them.
Which one?
This guy, he said, where is he? Where is he?
What's his name?
He said, so if women get online and talk about men, do they want to be men? No, we don't. We want to bring awareness to our other queens, baby, that some of these men, we confuse that, where some of these women are out here confused, like, oh, am I less than? And they're questioning their worth because some man that is not comfortable in his sexuality beat them down. I want to bring awareness to them that it might be a demon that man is fighting that she's not aware of, which is his sexuality. Okay?
Yeah, because here's the thing. If you're comparing yourself to a woman and what a woman got, if you're on, especially these men online, they're always comparing men versus women. There should never be a comparison of a man and a woman. We're two different sexes.
In two different lanes. Okay?
So why do you have all these red pill conversation about, well, women get to do this and women get to do that, but men can't do this? Well, why are you comparing yourself to other women? Because you want to be what you want to have the same privileges and all these different things as a woman has. That's the only reason why a man would compare himself in that kind of a way. You know what I'm saying?
For the gentleman,
go ahead.
For the gentleman that he said he said personally he just wants respect from women. Okay, you're the select few. We're not speaking of you. Maybe you're not fighting a sexuality demon. I'm not speaking for all men. I'm speaking for the ones that are jealous and hateful towards women when it makes no sense. Like she said, we're in two different lanes, two different species. We have two different body types. There's no comparison. There's no competition. It shouldn't be.
But there's always a man somewhere up there trying to figure out, well, why do women get to do this and men don't get to do it? It's like that's some gay ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what you want to get? Well, you want to know why you can't get laid down and pounded from the back too? Like, what else do you want to compare and wonder why you can't get the same treatment? You know what I'm saying? What else do you want to compare yourself with? You know? You know what I'm saying? You know?
I personally agree with you. Like I said, I met a few, and I can go down that rabbit hole because why women attract those kind of men? You know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Here's a question: can you give 5 ways that men are jealous of women?
Sometimes it can be micro. You know, the woman might not even notice because she's thinking from a different perspective. She's in love with this man, or if she is in love with this man, she's looking at him like, okay, she has to step her game up, and there's really nothing you can do because he does not want you. He does not want what you are. He wants a man. He wants a man. So
what other type of tactics that men use to show their jealousy?
Attacking her physical image. That's one, I feel. Hold on 1 second.
Yes, attacking her physical image, her physical. Because here's the thing: if you don't like what a woman looks like, then why? What I was always taught, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So why would you attack her physical image? It's because some part of you is either attracted to her and you find something that is inadequate within yourself that you can't probably please that woman, but you are attracted in some kind of a way. Like I get a lot of attacks because I'm overweight, right? But a lot of that is really because you feel some sense of attraction toward me, but you know that you would not ever be able to please me because of your lack of whatever you got going on. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. My thing is, why would you be with a woman that you're not physically attracted to anyway, where you would need to attack her image?
Right. Why do they attack? Why would you be with a woman and then start talking about how she's overweight? Or she
Exactly.
wearing her hair a certain way, or like, look how you got your hair, and it's that yeah, don't wear whatever. If you met her a certain way and how she looks, then what's the problem?
Speaking of just
what's another way that men show jealousy?
I would say when they it might be a deeper meaning to that too, but when they start isolating you from your girlfriends. They
Isolating.
start talking about your girlfriends and nitpicking about the girlfriends you hang out with, and then they no longer want you around those girlfriends.
So how is that showing jealousy though?
I mean, why you're jealous of my girlfriends? You're speaking on my girlfriends, and they're not around you. They're my girlfriends. I hang out with them. You have no relationship with them. Why are you speaking on my girlfriends?
Right. I mean, you don't think that maybe
That's,
he might not like that, how they might be influencing you a certain way?
oh well, okay, let me elaborate more. Not when your dude friends are trash. I mean, you're judging and speaking on my girlfriends, and you don't want me around my girlfriends, but your boyfriends, I'll say that lightly. They they're rough, they're gay looking, and all kinds of things. I mean, but I don't speak on your guy friends because that's your guy group and you hang out with them, right? So why are
Right.
you jealous of my girlfriends to where you're speaking on my girlfriends? I mean, I just feel like that's rooted in jealousy because why are you even looking at my girlfriend?
But sometimes
It could be other things.
Sometimes the girlfriend do be in the background trying to be hollering at your man, and he might be trying to let you know, hey, that she ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That could be a
Well,
thing.
I think when I made that comment, I was speaking solely on a situation.
Right. What's another way? You there? I think another one is attacking her financial, attacking her financial. Like I always hear, I always heard Kevin Samuels talk about, don't nobody care about your money, don't nobody care about your education, don't nobody care about. They always want to focus on the black woman and her education, right? But then they'll say stuff like, well, she's not the most educated, she's just got the most enrollment into college and stuff like that. Why do you need to attack that? Why do you have to diminish a woman going to college and stuff like that in order to feel like you have to dumb down that statistic, and also trying to be a user and all this other stuff. What do you think about that subject? Attacking,
or do you think or you think more so comparing the finances?
Yep. Oh yeah, comparing finances, right?
Not so much attacking, but more so when they compare the finances, like, oh, I make more money than you, or you make more money than me. That's a jealousy when they start speaking on how much money you make, and then they start doing little tactics of trying to sabotage your money to where you do make less than them.
Man, give an example of sabotage. Let's talk about sabotage.
Well, for me, I had a guy sabotage my finances by. So I brought him in on. I had started a business and I brought him in on it, and then we went to go do a job, and he just spazzed out and just created an issue at the job. We went to these people's. Okay, I was doing housekeeping. We went to these people's house and to clean their house. They had just had a newborn baby, a husband and wife, and the grandmother. And when we get there, he just starts freaking out, talking about the man is looking at me. And when I bent over to go sweep the floor, I'm pushing my butt up. And it was nonsense. It was complete nonsense because I'm a professional. And he just started fighting with me there, arguing with me. And I just completely shut up and ignored him and started trying to get the job done. And I apologized to the man. And the man, on my way out, he just grabbed my wrist and he said, and he just took a deep breath and exhaled, like, I hate that you got to go through this. He didn't say anything, but he just took a deep breath and then he decided, basically, this ain't his fight. This ain't his monkey, his show. So he kept it pushing.
Man, you know what you just did?
I ended up having to fire him.
Right, your own man, right? Your own dude, right? But listen, in that one thing of sabotage, you covered attacking the physical image. He attacking you physically, like the fact that you might be sexy and another man might look at you. And so therefore he wants you to dull down your image in front of this man, but you bending over doing your job. But because he's looking at you in a sexual manner, he is assuming that everybody is sexualizing you. And that's another thing. Men need to stop overly sexualizing women all the time. Like, it's like, come on, you know, isolation. He
said I was doing it on purpose.
Crazy. Doing what? Cleaning the house?
Girl, I couldn't even wrap my brain about it. I'm not even gonna lie. I couldn't even wrap my brain around it at the time. And that's why I speak on the fact that they're fighting sexual demons, because a little bit later, this same gentleman was just so adamant about doing things that men do with each other. I'm trying, I don't know how X-rated I can get here.
Wanting to overly dominate sexually. Right. Wanting to like do weird sexual things that we normally wouldn't even want to do. Like, you know.
With a woman.
Throwing up the Duke shoot. Listen, that's a, see, you know.
Not the Duke shoot. Yes, definitely.
And when men want to dominate a woman sexually, women don't have a prostate gland in their behind, you know. So wanting to do that up the other yang yang thing, but boom bang bang, like for what? Unless you're freaky into that.
Well, with me, it was like I'm not really into that, so it was like that was the only way he wanted to do things. I felt that kind of weird.
He only wants to do it that way. That's another thing. Many men that only wants to do it that way is I think that's so, because they ain't know what's the difference between a man's behind and a woman's behind. And also even Nature Boy. Remember Nature Boy? He was always pushing that whole anal thing. You know what I'm saying? Any man that's always trying to hit you from behind and hit you from the backside, looking at your behind all the time, that's a red flag to me. Any man that always want to turn you over and hit you from behind, there's something up with that.
I'm like, hey, I'm not into that. I'm not into it. And he just kept shooting for it and kept trying. And then another thing I noticed, when they go in there and then just shave everything like a woman does, and I'm just kind of like, what's up with that? What you getting ready for?
What you getting ready for?
I'm just saying. Like I had some gay friends especially when I was in my 20s. So it's like a lot of the things that they do, some of these gentlemen were doing in a relationship with a woman, and I'm just kind of confused. I'm like, are you backdoor doing something else when, you know? And then some of their friends was questionable, you know. Man, they looked a little like on the Prince funky side. I hate to say Prince though.
Next time, make sure everybody shows their face. Well, listen, I mean, I can show my face, you know, but I'm chilling.
But what does my face have to do with anything that I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a fucking lie. Why you fucking hide? Because I might be. I
don't hide, boo.
Nobody's hiding. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just might be doing my. I might be. You know,
I mean, if we being transparent, I kind of just, I mean, we just
I'm thinking suddenly came into the deal. Be having that online and doing that. I'm drinking my little beer. I'm having me a little. I'm chilling, you know. And I don't want my page to get hit because I'm, you know, doing my little drinking my beer while I'm talking my shit. You know what I'm saying?
You want to attack my physical? Let me find out. Is that a man?
You're jealous. You're jealous. Attacking the physical image. Okay, Angel is not no ugly. She's a beautiful woman. Okay, you don't have to worry. You know, Angel is a beautiful woman.
I am fine as wine, and literally that has always. And now I'm not gonna say always, but that has been a major role in some of these men that have not dealt with their trauma in their lives. They are definitely always talking about my physical, but it, like I said, I'm not hiding, boo. Like I said, I'm not ugly, and I'm not hard on the eyes. I'm very beautiful. I am fine as wine, and that's just not my judgment.
We can't even see you, sir. You know, who are you?
I can thank you.
You don't even have your real picture up there. I got my picture. Who are you? This is a picture of a something off of AI. So you talking about somebody hiding, but you can't even see your picture, and you're using a fake account.
Yeah, they trolling.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, back to the again, like he said, jealousy, attacking physical image.
Let me see his name. This might be one of the guys I'm talking about. No,
right. Sabotaging, trying to sabotage the show. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure everybody show their face. Why are you coming to see a face? You should be coming for the information,
that's
sir.
The problem, y'all. Listen, we talk about men being freaky, which is the next subject. I'm not trying to know because the next thing is about to be men.
Not everybody knows me. I don't know you, so that ain't everybody. But okay. One thing I can tell you is that I guarantee you, if I put my image on here, you're gonna be talking about that too. But it's all good.
Right. We are
the new king of bridge.
This is not the show of you judging how our appearance is. This is a show where we talk about these men and how they act up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it.
I'm just bringing information.
They want to say, "Oh, how can you talk about these men and you fat?" Or how can you talk about men and
attack of the physical? Yeah,
exactly.
Get over it. I can't see you either, so we even.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Pretend like it's a podcast, like a damn a podcast and online or whatever. Yeah. On the radio.
No, for real. Why does it matter? Listen to the comment. No, for real. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you.
Exactly. I don't feel exactly. Listen to the conversation. This is not about what people look like. This is about what we're talking about, which is these men being jealous of women. Let's go.
I'm telling you, that's probably one of the men.
They're jealous of your beauty. Men are jealous of women. They're jealous of the attention that you get. They're jealous of your beauty. They're jealous of your success. They're jealous of your options. And a lot of these men, even though they have money, they still don't have what we have. You know what I mean? And a lot of times they'll take that out on you, and they will, try to humble you or punish you publicly because they feel like they're not as masculine or they're not as important as they thought they were compared to you standing next to you. So that's why you keep them hid, darling. And, men keep their women hid. You don't know who they with unless they're using you for clout. Men keep their women hid most of the time, unless they're like married, But they still don't be out and about with them all the time posting up. Men don't do that with women. Women need to stop doing that with men. Men are jealous of women. They're jealous of the attention.
Let's talk about that. Why do you think that men keep their women hid? Why do you think that? What do you think is about that?
I mean, personally, from my experience, because I wanted to clear that up. I'm speaking from my experience with some of the men that I have talked to that I discovered were actually into men, and some of the behaviors that were, consistent with that experience. So as far as keeping them hidden, I don't know, from my perspective, the one guy that I dated that wanted to keep me hidden, it was, like I said, it was more or less my beauty. And he could not handle, and this has been common with at least 2 or 3 of the guys that I've dated or even went on dates with, and it probably led to nothing because I can't deal with the jealousy. It's jealousy to me because you knew when you approached me that I was pretty, right, or beautiful, and you knew what you were getting into. Now you cannot handle the comments or other dudes finding me attractive or other dudes admiring me from a distance. And then you never know what conversations guys have also when the woman is not around and they're like, might be being disrespectful, like, oh, look at her cake, or whatever. So they want to then put you in a box and put you on the shelf and hide you because now other men are looking at you and they're insecure and they think that, one might swoop under them and get you because they know they're not living up to the expectations that they should be for a female like you. That's just my opinion.
Man, I've experienced a weird thing where a guy, I'm in my weight loss process and actually told me not to take the stuff that I'm using to like lose weight. And that's a weird thing that where men will fetishize, like me being a bigger woman, they will fetishize that and they don't want to see you get smaller or like lose weight. It's like, what? Like, why do you want me to? I'm trying to improve myself. Like, and then I say, oh, I'm gonna go get my hair done. You don't need to do all that. I mean, have you ever had a dude tell you,
right?
I don't need to do something to improve myself, to make myself look better? Like these, if men could have, we be up in the house with a bonnet on and just laying in bed all day, and when they come home,
barefoot.
You know what I'm saying? That's all they want you to just be there long enough. Just as long as I can have sex with you, you ain't gotta do your hair. I just want you to lay in the bed and just open your legs all day long. That's
me personally, they want to. Girl, me personally, this Scorpio that I was talking to recently, this is when I made a decision not to date for a while. You know, I just I'm chilling on that because it's too much for me, especially these new modern day men. And then some of the things that I know you're aware of, like with your cousin and different people in my life that have horror stories, and how the outcome of their story with them dating guys in this new generation.
Yeah,
I just kind of decided not to date for a while. But this Scorpio girl, when I tell you this man was hypersexual, like he wanted me to go to work, but he wanted to come. He tried to act like he wanted to work with me. Okay, so he tried to act like he wanted to work with me. That's the one I took on to the job, whatever, and I put him on the payroll, turned him on to some money. Because it was getting so big that I needed more people anyways. So he does this little tantrum shit at one of the jobs, and like I told him, it's almost seeming like you're trying to sabotage me, because why would you get on the work job site and start arguing with me about this man? And this man just had a baby with his wife, right? Mm-hmm. They're trying to enjoy that. They're trying to get the house clean and prepped for the baby to come home. And you talking about how I'm bending over or how I'm climbing up a ladder to get the event, like stuff that's irrelevant. You're playing with my money now, Well, right. This man, along other things, he would I don't know. I just thought it was weird, but I'm not going to say that other men don't, do it. I don't know, because I'm not just sleeping with everybody, but he would shave all his hair, like to where it was like a skin cat. And then he was persistent about the booty, and I ain't into that. Then trickled down, and it was just a lot of his ways seemed really like insecurity, like he wanted to hide me. He stopped complaining about this person looking at me and someone speaking to me, and it just kind of put me in the mindset of a insecure, jealous man. So then I started thinking deeper, because we tend to think it's another woman, and this man is only around men, though.
Yeah, any man that's always around a bunch of men all the time, I'm worried about that. You know what I'm saying?
So then he tells me, I don't need to do, I don't need to, let my hair down. He wants me to wear my hair up in a bun. And you already know me. When it starts getting to the point where you thinking you about to control me and you changing the way I look and you want me to do this is control, and I can't deal with it, and I'm a free bird. So I'll holler at you. And that's how that ended. But I felt personally that man wanted me, and that's just what was heavy on me. Every time I was around him, like he really, the conflict was not me. The conflict was he wanted to be me and be with a man. He wanted to suck up my energy and how I move. And then when they start repeating what you say, speaking how you speak, moving how you move, I don't know. It's like a mocking. Is that what is that? I mean, I just feel like it was jealousy.
Trying to destiny swap almost with you. They trying to
I was about to say, I kind of feel like it's a little deeper. It's more like a energy vampire trying to destiny swap.
Taking on your personality traits, like little words you say, and they're starting to say the words, and he might have been.
Then you want me to? Then he want to low key hide me, because then now I don't need to do housekeeping. He's gonna take care of all the bills. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, that's financial isolation. He's trying to isolate you and then get you under financial control. And then what he'll do is then throw that financial in your face when you begin to need him for finances. And then try to push you and squash you down even further, even more down to the ground. That's the type of shit that men do when they are jealous of a woman. And these men act like they have never heard of such a thing, and men do be jealous of women. Let's go. Here we go.
A jealous man will ruin your life.
If you're a man and you get jealous of your woman elevating her situation financially, physically, and emotionally, you're a bitch, and vice versa. You guys need to stop getting angry at your partner for choosing to elevate. Like, stop being so fucking soft. You're actually going to get angry at the person you love in this world because they want to become better financially, better physically, better spiritually. Are you that much of a fucking child? Just follow in their footsteps. Maybe shut the fuck up and listen to them, and you might learn something, and then the entire family, the entire household will feel better.
How old were you when you realized that some men are secretly, deeply, deeply jealous of women? And here's the facts, you guys. I'm going to lay it out. I just read The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, same author as 48 Laws of Power. He goes in deep about envy. Envy is a feeling that we don't even like to admit to ourselves. When we're envious of somebody else, a lot of times we will cover it up in our conscious mind, some like really lame reason why. Because admitting we're jealous of somebody else is also admitting we lack something. And most of us don't have the awareness to do that. So instead, we project those insecurities on other people. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? That is why these lame men will try to tear you down. They will take you on dates and they will gaslight you. And they will make you feel like you're literally losing your effing mind because it gives their insecure self some weird amount of satisfaction that they are tearing down someone they perceive as higher than them. Especially if a guy feels like you are so far out of his league, he could never be with you. That's when you're really in trouble because now he's about to drag you down to make himself feel better about never being able to obtain a girl like you. These are the men that come for you and you're like, what did I even do? Like, where is this energy coming from? This like strong reaction. And it's because you sparked something within them that made them realize you have something they will never have. And that's honestly like confidence and self-acceptance. So a test for this that it talks about in the book is you can tell somebody good news and watch their eyes in the first like microseconds. If they are excited for you, you'll see their eyes light up. But if they are jealous for you and your win, they view as their loss, you'll see like almost like a glaze come over their eyes of jealousy. And then the mask will come up. So like disregard whatever they say. They're going to tell you what they think they should say in that situation. Another way is if you catch them staring at you across the room. And when you lock eyes, they instantly smile. They're trying to cover the like jealousy they truly feel. And this can be in friends too. This isn't just with men. You have to ruthlessly cut these people out. Somebody who is jealous for you, somebody who is always preying on your downfall, there's no room for that in your life. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to schedule a one-on-one with me via the link in my
Man, I have experienced that stuff before. Have you ever like seen a guy looking at you a weird way and you like happen to turn your head and they looking at you? It's like, and that's creepy when guys do that.
I experienced that so much. I'm listening to her like, dang, so what do we do? Like, I mean, I can't change the way I look, boo. Like, what? This is consistent. It's not just with men, mainly with men, but it's with people in general. I'm like, what is that about?
Man, you know what? That is crazy.
Because
right?
I mean, we can't say everybody's gay, you know? Like, I mean,
I don't even
know.
I think it could be a straight man, but for some reason there is like, even if it's a straight man, and maybe he's 100% straight, but maybe you're more successful than he is, right?
Not you calling me a Karen, or you talking about the lady? I'm like, we got to clear that one up.
Well, I don't agree with Karen. Her conversation seems different than the topic. He's talking about like with the lady.
Oh, okay.
But no, when she says that a guy can be looking at you, like you'll be like, oh, you know what? I just had this and that happen, and then you'll like, sometimes you could be real happy about something, and a guy will be completely silent, and you'll be like, damn, like, oh, okay.
I mean, yeah,
my kid up there like, oh my god, this and that happened. I done made some money. I done da. And the guy just be dead. Don't say nothing.
Oh yeah, my kid's father. He was truly a hater. He was truly a hater. It took me a long time, but yeah, that's definitely him. Anytime I brought any kind of surprise, anytime I was being successful in anything, I came to him and he was just sitting there like, oh, you know.
And then don't fool around, and then they have something negative to say. Yeah, that's cool and everything, but what about this? You know, that's
right. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know, I got this great idea about this, that I'm about to do this, da da da. Yeah, but you know, the downside of that is, nigga, I didn't ask you that.
And then see, but you know me, I was a bullhead, so I would go and do it anyway. And then when it turned out to be successful, then he would come back to me and he'd be like, "Oh, okay, so I want to invest some money." And I'm like, "It's already going now. I don't need the investment now." You know, I come to you and I present this to you, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to get in on it?" And he's like, "Yeah, but no. I mean, because you know that don't even make sense." Okay, bet. I go do it. Then here he comes. Okay, well, what you need me to put in? I don't need you to put anything now. I've already got it going, you know? So but that's exactly how he used to respond. He'd be like, I don't think you could get up and do that every day. The same thing every day, really? And I'm
right.
like,
What that man,
why are you here?
You don't believe in me? Not damn, nigga.
He don't believe in, no, he did believe in me, in my opinion. He just salted everything I did because he wanted to be able to take the credit. So, you know, he would then turn around and steal my ideas. Like all the ideas we discussed, I shared with him, and now he's doing them with his current girl, which is weird. And even weirder, tell me this is not, okay, you know my childhood nickname, and you nicknamed you guys' new child my nickname, my childhood nickname.
What? Oh, hell no.
Girl, I mean, I don't know if that's jealousy or fucking admiration. I mean, is that admiration or is that jealousy? I don't know. Or they both?
No, and I don't think it's that the lack of male presence, because some of these dudes be having 2 family households growing up. I think it's
he definitely he comes from a prominent family. I don't think that's it either.
Yeah, like it ain't always that it's see that's another way to blame the woman. Oh, they were raised by a single mother, so that's why they're acting. No, it be men that be raised in single family, double family households, still be on some wild ish and having control issues, trying to control what the women do to keep them underneath their thumb. You know,
keep them underneath their wing. What did our mutual friend used to say? I want to put you under my wing and take you up, but don't let you go higher than me. You hear me?
Right, underneath the wing. You got to be underneath the wing. And as high as you can get is that damn wing. You know what I'm saying? Because that wing is extended. So you can't get no higher up than the wing. You underneath the wing, though. Yeah. I cannot be above the wings with my own wings flying right next to you. And we
I'm going to spread my wings and your wing is holding me down.
Well, how you going to spread your wings and you underneath his wing? You can't spread your wings and you underneath another nigga's wing. You know what I'm saying?
You are too funny.
You listen. You gotta hold on to him because you underneath his wing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta accept him to fly and fly his thing. You can't fly because you underneath his wing.
You know what? And to be honest, like even that saying, like they always blame the single mother. If you ask me, a lot of men that are successful that were raised by single mothers, I mean, no one's speaking on that. Like, I feel like a lot of men actually end up successful being raised by a single mother, depending on if the father was toxic or what, you know, how that goes, or the mindset of the mother. I don't think that is just a single mother, because it could be single fathers. It could be, you know, I don't think that is what's tarnishing the men. Let's be real. Some of these children, I love the children, but they come out with their own personality. So they can be raised in a 2-parent household and still grow up to be a jackass. It doesn't have nothing to do with that.
Right. And here he say, whatever happened to the good housewife that loved motherhood and keeping that thing tooted up in the air? Child, that never existed. What are you talking about? That's imaginary. At least in the black household. I know my grandma worked. You're talking about white people. Ain't white people, black grandmas worked. My grandma worked. You know, she just wasn't sitting up there just cooking and keeping her behind tooted up in the air.
Tooted up in the air. My grandma didn't have her, but she was maybe tooted up to pray to God, because she was very religious. She wasn't tooting nothing up in the air. She covered her whole body, you know. And I will say this: that was a 2-parent household. My grandma stood on business when it came to her religious or spiritual practice, and her kids are all psychopaths. You know, that's a whole nother subject, but I just have to say it doesn't. I don't think it matters about single women and single fathers and all that. They're going to have their personality and their journey on their own.
Well, I hope you did learn something, because there is something going on that people don't even realize about this whole control issue, and it's seated in jealousy. And then the guy says the title doesn't match. So right now we're talking about men being jealous of women. The next subject is going to be hypersexuality and how men will be, and this all ties into what we're talking about, to be quite honest. No, that's a real 2-parent household now. Well, I don't know. I mean, 2-parent household, if it's toxic and people are toxic, it doesn't matter if it's 2-parent. And like I said, like Angel said, people come out with their own personalities. Everybody have their own destiny. So just because you're in a 2-parent household does not mean that person is not going to end up being a drug addict, going to be a vagrant. There's plenty of people that's in prison right now came from 2-family households. I don't care what statistic you want to bring up. Well, according to statistics, you say that people in, well, honey, according to around the block, you know what I'm saying, on my hood, I like seeing people 2-family households be wild as hell. You know what I'm saying? So let's not be delusional here. Let's go ahead.
We're talking about jealousy, and honestly, I feel like it's rooted in jealousy, but the deeper issue is sometimes, even with a 2-parent household, they can apply pressure on their children, and those kids want to live differently, hence sexuality, and they have to live up to the stats of their family, which is a lot of pressure. And really, they want to be free and get, bent over like the female. But
imagine growing up in a very religious 2-family household, and then you have to pretend like you're straight because you need to please your father and mother that have been together for 15 million years, and you really just want to go to the club, take some meth, and get banged out from the back. Now you have to somehow reconcile that with your 2-family household, and you trying to pretend like you want to do the same thing that your parents did. And now you're just up there resentful of the woman that you're with, because really you don't even want to be with a woman. What about that happens in society? You know what I'm saying? We need to really understand what's really happening and stop being delusional. Let's go. Here we go.
You trying to figure out why he acting like that, why he talk to me like this, why he don't treat me right, he don't have no respect for me. He jealous of you. Yeah. Your husband, yes. Your fiance, absolutely. Your boyfriend, definitely. He's jealous. See, when a man is so bitter and full of hatred, and they don't want to do anything to change, to be better for themselves first, it's not abnormal that jealousy is right behind them. You thinking, oh, well, you know what? His dad wasn't there. Boo-hoo. Child, it's millions of people whose fathers wasn't there for them. I don't see you walking around full of hate. I don't see you walking around purposely trying to find men to make their life a living hell. See, all you need to know is the man that's sleeping next to you, he's jealous of you. And can I tell you something else? He don't like you and he can't stand you. Even though the root of that comes from the hatred that he has from his mother, and the hatred that he has because he always has to be the victim. He swear everybody do him wrong when he don't even realize he the common denominator. But see, a lot of that he's carrying, that hatred and that bitterness, you are paying the tab for that. Because does it make sense to you how you've been there for him, you've loved him, you've supported him, you've given him money, you've given him your last, you took out your 401k to support his business, the business that failed. You was the person that took out the money, ran the business, he didn't do nothing.
Some of these women give us some of their tax return money to them and everything. Let me flip that tax return. I could sell some weed. Let me flip it, the tax return. I can flip it and make some, all that you give it, everybody talk about tax return.
Wait, why is he talking about Claire Huxtable? Come on now, you still living in delusion. We already found out there was stuff going on in the background. The husband was raping everybody. I mean, R-ing everybody. I mean, come on. We found out that was not real.
Right.
Years later.
Right. Claire
There
Huxtable.
is no Claire Huxtable type of woman in households. He was dropping drips in the damn drink. Come on now. So basically, we are bringing awareness so you guys can get out of delusion. That is delusional. There is no barefoot walking around praying. That is all delusion. It's not the single mothers that's to blame for it. That's all a delusion. You got to snap out of it. Claire Huxtable, come on now. This man is in prison. Or did he get out already?
Whatever happened
He
to
got out.
Yeah, he probably was in prison. He probably went to prison like really, probably was in the 80s. And then, you know what I'm saying, or the 90s. And still when the Cosby Show, he missed the whole part where Bill Cosby went to prison for slipping Spanish fly in people's drinks and getting it into them when they was asleep. You know,
girl. And then they talk about women are crazy. We're crazy now because of Claire Huxtable's husband was dripping drips in our drink. Come on now, snap out of delusion. Oh, this is a woman. Women these days are crazy, baby. Look, it's more men killing women right now than it is women killing men.
Hello, a hell of a lot. Yeah. Well, how many women are killing men, but men are killing women back to back? You know what I'm saying? That they're in relationship with 90% of the thing.
Change his life, you changed his wardrobe, you got him the job, you filled out the resume. When he walked off the job and didn't even tell you, you said that's okay, you paying all the bills. And if he is paying the bills, he probably using the money against you. You taking care of the kids, you making sack lunches like he a third grader, you asking him how was work, you rubbing his musty feet, you laying next to him smelling his musty armpits, you sitting there being unsatisfied by his small tallywhacker because you don't really want to crush his dreams and tell him you ain't been satisfied in years, right? Because it's something about grown men. They always got to be coddled and pushed and babied like we raising toddlers. But back to my point. The point is, he's jealous of you. He doesn't like you. He hates when you succeed. He hates when people pay attention to you. He hates when you get a promotion on your job. He hates when your family is there for you and they want to stick up for you. He don't like it when you have friends. He don't like it when you go to lunch with your coworkers. He don't even want you talking to your coworkers at work and you like, baby, I got a job to do. He's so dumb. He don't even get it. But that's another story. But because it's jealousy. When a person is bitter, and it festers in their body, it festers in their brain, it can show up as jealousy. And you wondering why? Well, maybe he don't support me because he's not used to supporting people. Maybe he doesn't love me because he came from a broken home. Maybe he doesn't know how to be a dad because he said that his dad wasn't there and nobody's ever showed him how to be a dad and how to be a man. No, baby, those are excuses. He's jealous. But see, over here, when we heal, I'm not telling you to stay, go, or go back to a relationship. I don't give that kind of advice because I don't know what everybody is going through. But one thing I will do is give you the wisdom. And over here, when we heal, I'm just here to tell you it's not because he came from a broken home. It's not because his mother was an addict. It's not because he never felt support. It's not because he was taken advantage of as a kid. It's not because nobody's ever showed him love. It's not because nobody's ever supported him. It's not because his dad wasn't there. It's not because his mother didn't listen. It's not because his sisters seemed like they were the favorite and he got left out. It's not because he can never get on his feet. It's not because he just doesn't understand why people don't understand him. It's not because he has an addiction. It's not because he has mental health. It's none of those. It's simply because he's jealous. That's all.
Why would you ever have the false belief that man can love you properly when he's jealous of you?
What do you think about what she said?
I mean, like I said, I've experienced my few and I realized it was a real thing. Men are jealous sometimes. Not all men. There are some men that are jealous of women. And again, if you go deeper down that rabbit hole on the list of demons that they're fighting, jealousy is not the root. The deeper root is their sexuality, is their trauma from their parents. I'm not going to say the mother because it's not always the mother. Sometimes it's the father. Sometimes it's the uncle that was in the family. I mean, whatever. And when you say restricted, are you referring to the lady in the video? I'm sorry, I jumped into the comment. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that, but it manifests out as jealousy because of whatever.
Oh Lord, she drove that man to die. Listen, she just gave a list of everything she did for that man. I don't think that
literally, and you know what? I can relate. I'm sorry, I can relate.
She did everything that she said that she did. The reason why she's able to say all those things because she did it in a relationship. She did all that. She's taking care of the kids. She's doing this, making lunches, and the guy still is not happy. He's not happy for her success. He's not happy for what she got going on. He's jealous.
And he's not gonna be happy.
Why are you doing this? Why are you getting your hair done? Why are you looking like this? You need to like stop.
And he's not gonna be happy because he nitpicking everything because he want a man. Be real. Come on now. If we really made a safe space for these men to talk, they would literally say that they want a man. They want it to be that woman. That's why they nitpicking everything. They nitpicking everything about her because really, if you think about jealousy, usually jealousy is really the admiration. I mean, I'm only jealous of those things because I don't have those things. But as a man, why would you want those things?
Right.
We're talking about a woman. I'm just saying.
Yeah, why would a man be upset because if anything, a man should be happy that he's with a woman that's desirable that another man would want. But why would he get jealous?
And think about it.
Then blame it on the woman. See, if you wasn't out here wearing this and that, the other, you would have these men up here looking at you. What the hell?
That's the unhealed man. So think about, have you ever been on a date with a healed man? It's a whole different vibe. He's not even jealous. All those things that man was jealous of, he admires about you. He wants to enhance those things. He wants to sit you up and let you get your shine because he is grateful that he has a woman like you in his presence. And he's trying to build wherever you're at. He's trying to enhance that. He's not looking at you nitpicking like, well, why are you bending over? Well, why you gotta wear that? Oh, why your hair like that? You know, it's because he wants to be you.
He says, and women wonder why men are staying single.
I'm not wondering because baby, I'm telling you,
it's way more women that are staying single than men are. That's why the birth rates are going down, sir. So shut it up.
And if you ever spent a day with me, you would know dang well I'm not worried. I'm not even thinking about it because anyone that approaches me, I'm like, get 10 feet back because I could feel the energy before you even get up on me. I don't want it. Bye. It's rare out here to get a healed man because nobody's willing to do the work. Stop it.
These men don't be doing the work. Man, women be.
They don't want to do the work.
Man, we be reading.
You know what they do instead of doing the work? They just go ahead and replace you for another female and then think that you're going to be jealous of that female. No, I'm not jealous of her because she thinks she got my place, but she took my problems, baby. If anything, I'm gonna shoot some prayers up for you, sweetheart. I'm going to shoot some prayers up for you because I already know the demon you're dealing with. I'm familiar. I conquered you.
Women acting like men don't have feminine energy whatsoever. First of all, that's another thing. Listen. Men think that a woman energy is supposed to be this soft, docile thing. In the wild, okay, women are not the most docile creature. The worst thing that you could do is get close to a bird's nest. The worst thing you could do is get around a female animal, anything, because they are the most vicious. I believe that the male is more docile than the woman is. So I believe that when all these things that y'all are considered to be masculine energy is really the feminine energy. The feminine energy is, listen, women should not be docile. We should not take anything from a man. We should not submit to any man. Why? If you submit to every man that comes up to you, we would be getting trains ran on us.
They are. Some of them are.
Right. There is some of them that are. But I'm like,
wait.
That protects herself is not going to be nice to men. They're not going to be kind to men. That you got to earn that. You need to
Thank you. And you guys forget about Xena, warrior princess. Name all the warrior women. You talking about feminine energy. They mastered feminine energy, but everybody don't get access to that, sweetheart. You, like she said, that has to be earned. But I also want to jump into this comment right here.
Which one?
Let me get in here. You said find a real man. I just said that. If you find a healed man, yes, whatsoever. Yes,
do you think any man want to be with a man always arguing? Hell no. Any man want to be with another man always arguing? Hell no. But But I'm gonna tell you what, a lot of like these men, a lot of these dudes have coming out of prison, in jail and stuff. So and they'll talk about how a woman talk too much, but hell, I ain't heard no more. When I hear about how the men, all they do is talk in jail, in prison and stuff. And have y'all be having records and stuff like that done went to prison and jail. And hell, you gonna talk about how the women talk too much? Well, was they talking too much when you was in jail and prison? All those niggas up in there and constantly talking day and night.
So wait, Brian Price, he said, and y'all don't think men go through the same problems as women? Again, I'm gonna reiterate what I said. They do. And that's wonderful. But guess what? We can't do the work for you. So go get healed and then go look for a girlfriend or a wife. And until then, sit your ass on the curb, because if not, you're going to be bringing all that jealousy, unhealed trauma, sexuality fucking challenges, because you don't know where you want to be. Figure all that out before you go out dating, because then we go on a date with you and we have to go through this little maze and find out that that's what you are, and then we go on about our business. You messing it up for the healed men out here. Go over there and sit on the curb and heal, and then jump in the game.
And I say this is that, like, listen, any real man is not going to want a woman that is too docile, because first of all, when that guy is away from the home, you want to make sure that that woman is able to take care of your children and not be ran over top of. You don't want a woman that anyone could just come in and just dominate. You want a woman that's going to have some level of fortitude to say, no, I'm not going for that. Whether your husband is gone or not. But when you have, what men are requesting is a woman that's just this docile creature that just lays down and takes it, and just this sweet, submissive grandma person. And listen, my grandma might have been sweet and whatever, but you know what? But she could get crunk with it if it came down to it. So men need to stop being delusional about this fake woman that's docile, this docile creature. Feminine energy is not docile.
I want to say this though. When I was having those experiences, I definitely was. I mean, I am not too proud to speak on. I definitely feel like I had no boundaries, and I feel like moving forward, you have boundaries, but the ones that have a problem with it are probably part of the problem. The ones in the comments that are saying, "Oh, a feminine woman" and all that. You watch Disney World just like everyone else, and again, that woman, that's a delusion. You're in delusion, right? Because a woman with boundaries is not going to be walking around here all like, yes, sir. You stand on your boundaries, period, point blank. If you don't, you're going to get ran all over. I am one that at one point in my life, I didn't have boundaries, and I dated the one Scorpio like I spoke on. I had kids with one, and yes, they were very jealous. Yes, they were unhealed, and I was also. I had no boundaries. Moving forward, have boundaries, and I recognize the jealous men from the healed men. I'm not speaking on all men. I'm speaking on the unhealed man that is battling his sexuality and is jealous of the woman that's next to him.
We're not speaking in absolutes. We're not doing the woman's sphere. Listen, let me just I'm gonna show you a man saying the same thing. Here we go.
It's not because he has an addiction. It's not because he has mental health. It's none of those. It's simply because he's jealous. That's all.
Why would you ever have the false belief that that man can love you properly when he's jealous of you? Let me cook for a second. All of the reasons that he fell in love with you are the same reasons why he resents you. It's the same reason why he's envious of you. It's the same reason why he hates you. But this is the real kicker, right? He hates you enough to make your life miserable, but he doesn't hate you enough to let somebody else love you the way that you deserve to be loved, so he's never going to leave you alone. Don't you understand? You make him feel inferior just by being you. You can out-hustle him. You can outdress him. You can outthink him. You've outdid him in every way, but you didn't outdo him with malicious intent. You outdid him by just being you. And the crazy part is you still love him for him, but because he doesn't love him for him, he doesn't believe in his mind that somebody else is capable of it. See, you're dealing with a man that is dealing with an identity crisis. He cannot be with a woman that wants him. He has to be with a woman that needs him because he is dealing with a superior complex. He needs to feel bigger than you. He needs to feel smarter than you. He needs to feel better than you. So what is he going to do? He's going to attack your appearance. He's going to attack your profession. He's going to attack your insecurities, and he's going to try to beat you down in order to make himself bigger, because that is the only way that you two can exist.
How can I snooze when it's a moment?
Look at this man's face.
Nobody like you do. I can't snooze.
Why is he looking like it's the worst day of his life? I've said it before, but I'll say it again. How a person behaves on days that are specifically about you, celebrating you, your big day, your big opportunity, any moment when the spotlight is on you will tell you everything you know about that person. Not just your mate, your friend, your family members, when it's your promotion, your graduation, your birthday, and they look like they're frowning up like he is. They're picking a fight with you the day before your big exam. They're not happy for you on your graduation. They move out the day before you graduate. Like, people go out of their way to try to ruin special moments for you. And just because they're with you doesn't mean they're not jealous of you. They could be jealous of how much your friends love you, how much your family loves you, how much attention you get from random strangers. There could be any number of reasons, but don't think somebody who seems to be miserable every time you're being celebrated isn't them being jealous. Someone who loves you would never ruin your special moment and selfishly make that moment about them. He knows everybody is looking at him while he's frowning up on his girlfriend's birthday. He doesn't care because he can't stand that the moment is about her. I know it's not an easy thing to accept, but sometimes it could be your mother, your best friend, your husband, your boyfriend, and they could be your biggest hater.
I think the girls are misunderstanding the point of why guys get jealous. It has nothing to do with an insecurity that the guy has. Some of them do, though. Don't get me wrong. Some of them do. But for the most part, your man is so obsessed with you. He cares so much about you that he does not want you to dress like that. It's just simple as that. Like, when you wear some showy shit, like revealing clothes, he tells you not to for a reason. Like myself, when I do it, it's for a reason. We have our own reason. Like, we know how guys are. We know exactly what they do. You know how, like, girls say, oh, I know how girls are? It's the same thing for us as guys. We know how guys are. They're dirty. Like, they don't stop. Like, they're just guys, bro. Like, so we have a point. Let me tell you, if your man is nonchalant, he does not care. I promise you, like, he just doesn't care that much. Like, I think when men are so obsessed and love their girl so much, like, because she's so attractive, they pay attention to every little detail that she does, especially when it comes to revealing clothes. Like, that's just my opinion. It has nothing to do with controlling or all this bullshit. I'm protecting my girl from savages out there, bro.
Now, DJ. I almost agreed with this last guy. No, because, bro, you know, I almost agreed with the last guy, but then you really think about it, you know how I dress, right? Am I revealing? You think I'm revealing?
Well, you do be having your booty out and stuff like that, but, you know, you got the booty.
What do you mean booty? Wait, when you say booty out, what do you mean booty out?
Well, you got your body be out, your booty and body. You know,
I mean, I can't hide my body. I can't hide my body, but I mean, I don't wear like booty hoochie, right, you know what? Whatever, hoochie shorts and shit.
You don't dress like a hoochie mama, but you can't help your body. You can't help how your body looks.
Okay, but I can't help my body being my body. But I mean, as far as just revealing titties and booty and stuff, I do not dress like that.
You don't.
And they still got a problem with that.
It's not an intentional thing, but you know, if you have on some,
my body's there.
It's there. So you pretty much.
Jeans, come on now. Okay, so I'm wearing jeans.
Because you have a nice body, and you know, flat stomach, you know, hourglass shape. You can't help but to have a dude might be like, okay, you know what I'm saying. Me, I have bigger, like I have big boobs and a big behind, but I'm a bigger woman, so it's like the same thing. It's like I've been out and
okay, so let's be real. We could have on the same thing. It's something different on me.
Every dude is looking at my boobs, and you know, everybody's looking at your
right.
Titties, you know, just like weird stuff. You know, look, I've been out.
I mean, but come on now, you can't help that.
Where everybody's looking at my titties, and I'm like, well, I have. There's nothing I can do about my boobs. You know what I'm saying? I have.
That's what I'm saying. So I can't. I mean, even if I put a pair of jeans on and my booty's still there, I can't hide my booty, man. What do you, I mean, you want me to wear a sheet? I mean, a loose sheet or I don't understand.
Because we gotta
Come on now.
We gotta put the beekeeper outfit on. We gotta dress up like we're in Muslim garb. and then if we can actually put that thing over our face, they'd be happy with that too. If really men really want, if it could be the way that men wanted, we would be dressed up like we were in Dubai, like in Iraq somewhere.
But you know what? I wouldn't mind dressing like that. But I mean, come on, if I showed up on a scene like that, come on now. You would be like, "Are you okay?" Like,
right?
I mean, that's not my religion. That's not.
Right. Who has got you under control? Got you wearing beekeeper outfits? I'll be like, well, "That's not you, Angel." Angel likes to wear her cute little outfits. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? But so it
I mean, I'm definitely a t-shirt jean, or a jeans type of girl with a cute top. But at the end of the day, I can't hide that I have a butt. I mean, everybody in my family has a butt. So, I mean, what are we like we all can't. I mean,
so how do you reconcile that? So I get it. So there's some men that are doing that because they're being protective. Like maybe that guy was being protective. Maybe he saw the guy looking at you while you were climbing up on the ladder. Well, welcome to the show, Barack Drama. What's up?
I think Taz. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Taz, do what the scripture says. Wear modest apparel.
Ladies first. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. We were talking about the people in the comments. It was
I said men jealous of women was the topic. I just wanted to ask the question: why would we be jealous? Like if they make more money than us?
Oh, you missed
you
a lot.
You don't sound like a man that's. Yeah, I'm like, you don't sound like a man that would be in that category. We were speaking on men that clearly are unhealed. If you're confused, then you clearly are jealous of women. So.
Yeah, there's a certain kind of man that will try to. So let's go back into the 5 ways that men show jealousy of women, right? So one is attacking her physical image. So a lot of times what men will do is that a woman, like, okay, Angel, okay, I'm a woman, I'm a bigger woman with big boobs and big behind, right? So a man will assume, like, attack me for what I'm wearing because men are looking at my boobs. And then a woman like Angel, she has an hourglass shape, and she has a big butt or whatever and stuff like that. So the man will assume that men are looking at her because of her shape. So then they will try to subdue that and say, well, look at all these men up here looking at your, thing. That's what you're, and then blaming on her but the thing is, she might just be wearing a damn jeans and a regular t-shirt.
Well,
it might be a little form fitting or whatever, but hell, everybody don't want to walk around in beekeeper suits on.
No, as a man, I might be jealous if I liked the woman and she didn't like me back like that, but I wouldn't be jealous of her like femininity or anything like that.
There are men out here that do that, and they'll attack you for your physical appearance and say that and try to subdue you into, like, mute you out to say, no, don't wear this, don't do these things and make yourself more beautiful. There's men out here that will, if you try to go and get your hair done. I've had it happen to me as a bigger woman, and I'm losing weight. I've had people tell me not to do things to lose weight, and that's fetish shit that's going on with that. They don't want me to lose weight, They want me to stay a certain size, that type of stuff. That's attacking my fit, because I know that I want to look better, and the more, like, thinner I get, no, you don't need to do that. Well, I want to.
New levels, new devils. I'm not, girl. You tell me you want to look better. I don't know. You might want to stay where you at, because, girl, they're going to be on something else. Then there's a problem with that.
Right. And then another thing that they do, they isolate you from your friends. Well, you shouldn't be around these people. Don't be around this person. Don't be around that person. Then they compare themselves financially. These are the 5 ways men shows jealousy, right? Comparing you financially, comparing themselves to you, or dominating, or not, whatever. Well, you make more money, all that stuff. Nobody care about your education. Don't nobody care about how much money you make. Well, why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? Sabotaging. You know what I'm saying? You might want to work with the man. A lot of, like, people like me and Angel, when we are dating a man, we want to, like, go into business with them. We want to build build something with them. they get to sabotage in the situation because they want you to be up underneath their wing. I've had dudes be up underneath my wing, you know what I'm saying? But they want you to be like beholden to what they got going. They don't want you to spread out and do because they feel like you might leave them in some weird ass way. And then here's the dominating sexually. When they want to do weird stuff like doing stuff from the Duke shoot back door, all that stuff is submissive stuff. They want you to overly submit in a weird way, like wanting to do stuff like that anal sex stuff. That is a dominating, like sadomasoch, like masochistic thing to me. I'm sorry, nobody could tell me different. Like wanting to do it.
But it depends on the relationship or the type of relationship you got with the guy. When you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be a team. So I don't understand that.
Exactly. So why would men do these things and that's what we're talking about, is that there are men that are out here that do those type of things that I just pointed out in relationships. I've experienced it, Angel has experienced. That's why we're doing this show, because there's men out here that do this stuff.
Yeah, because I had a coworker on my job, his wife went up to management, and he didn't make it to management, but his wife did, and he kept pushing her to go higher. That's what I thought a relationship's supposed to be. It's supposed to uplift each other, even if the spouse in her profession might outperform you in your profession, then that's not supposed to matter because you're supposed to be a team. I mean, at least that's how I look at it.
Angel just discussed a situation where she had a dude that she was actually working with, and she couldn't even get the job done. He sabotaged the whole situation by being jealous, thinking that people were looking at her. Go ahead, Angel.
Yeah.
You there, Angel?
Yeah, but I don't want to give him no more airtime. But yeah, he was definitely trying to sabotage everything, and it was all rooted from, if you ask me, jealousy. But I was looking in the comments; they said control and manipulation. I think a little bit of that also. I don't know. It was just like every time we go to do a job, if there was a male there. Now, if it was a woman, everything went smooth. And he did all kinds. He conversated with the woman and did all kinds of flirting. And you know what? It was crazy because we just different breed of people. I didn't care nothing about it. But then when we would go to a male client and he would do all that, acting a fool, throwing a tantrum, slamming their doors, just acting like a child, if you ask me. He's saying that, oh, the way you was sweeping the floor, you was trying to seduce him. What? It was weird to me. So then when we talked, I'm like, okay, so should I get upset and should I be mad that you're over here flirting with this damn old ass woman that we're meeting with? He's like, oh no, I'm networking and trying to. Okay, I don't care though. That's the thing. I'm not, I'm not insecure at all. So at the end of the day, I'm not looking at you like, oh, why are you talking to her like that? Well, why'd you lick your bottom lip? It's just, I don't know. We just came from two different cloths, and I just felt like he was jealous of me. He had to be. I mean, yeah, and then maybe insecure. Like I said, rooted from insecurity because he just seemed like he was so hyper focused on everyone else that I feel like he sabotaged the whole relationship. I mean, like I thought he was cool up until we would get around people. Like when we were not around people, he was cool. But when we went to Walmart one time. I'm looking for vitamins and stuff for my children, and I leaned down to get the vitamins off the shelf, and he just like standing like a security guard behind me, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, you bending down like that on purpose. Like, what? Come on now. Like she said, at the end of the day, there's some things that I can't hide that. I'm doing my I'm commuting along my day, minding my business in my own lane. I don't know how to hide what I look like for you because, I mean, it doesn't really matter what I put on, and that's a promise. No matter what, I could have a nightgown on, some sweatpants on. I can't hide what my mother blessed me with, okay? At the end of the day, it's not even about physical. My aura speaks for itself. So if someone admires that, and you're more hyper-focused on what they're looking at than I am, because I didn't even notice them.
Here's the thing, it's not that we're saying that we're hold on, let me just address Taz Ward. We're not saying that we're fine, okay? What's happening is the men in our lives are doing things
I don't even think about fine.
Control our bodies and saying that people are looking at us. And this is not me. I'm like just walking around like whatever. But the men is like this. They're looking at you and why you got that shirt on? All that crazy stuff. I'm just.
Like we got into a whole fight. We got into a whole fight because he.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you're going in and out. I might be over talking.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, we got into a whole fight because he said that some guy looked at me while we were in the store and he like kind of like hemmed me up like, do you know him? Why is he looking? And I'm like, I was really like having anxiety because I'm like, what are you talking about? What? Like I was confused about the situation because I didn't even notice the people he was yelling at me about at all. Like I didn't even see them.
That type of stuff happens, yes. And I'm not even that. I'm not like my body shape is not all that whatever. But in my thing, it's they're looking at your boobs, they're looking at your this, they're looking at your that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it gets so I'm ugly, right? I'm ugly. Nobody wants me, but then I get a dude that'll tell me when I'm walking around with him that people looking at me, looking at my boobs and everything. You got your boobs and you know whatever. So it might not be that everybody's looking at me, but for some reason he want to make me think that everybody looking at me. Maybe nobody's looking at me, but there are men out here that will do that. They will make you think that everybody's looking at you and trying to control how you are showing up in the world. So okay, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I ain't shit, right? But this guy is trying to make me think that everybody's staring at my titties and stuff like that. What is that? Is that not jealousy? What is that? Because these people in the audience are, again, the first thing is attacking people's physical image. Well, who said you was fine? Well,
no, okay. I mean, literally, the only reason the image came up is because I was telling a story about this man bringing attention to my image. That's why I'm calmed down. And you sitting here telling me to cam up and all that. There's no need for you to see me. I don't really care if you guys think I'm fine or not. The only reason we were speaking on that is because of the story that I was telling. And as far as, I don't know, somebody in the comments talking about because I like females too. That's why I'm not insecure. I'm not insecure because, first of all, you guys focused on the image, which is what we were speaking on. The man was focusing on the image. It's so much more to me than the image, sir.
Yeah, but what you got to understand that most women that think they're attractive, they like to show it off. So they would tam up.
Again, he was the one speaking on that. Again, he was the one speaking on that. That don't even cross my mind. I'm a businesswoman. If you want to be real,
I don't think I'm attractive. I'm not attractive, right? So now that I don't think I'm attractive, she don't think she's attractive. Why would a man sit there and try to make the woman be like and do these type of things? Here we go. Let's go.
Your fiance, absolutely. Your boyfriend, definitely. He's jealous. See, when a man is so bitter and full of hatred and they don't want to do anything to change, to be better for themselves first, it's not abnormal that jealousy is right behind them. You thinking, oh, well, you know what? His dad wasn't there. Boo-hoo. Child, it's millions of people whose fathers wasn't there for them. I don't see you walking around full of hate. I don't see you walking around purposely trying to find men to make their life a living hell. See, all you need to know is the man that's sleeping next to you, he's jealous of you. And can I tell you something else? He don't like you and he can't stand you. Even though the root of that comes from the hatred that he has from his mother and the hatred that he has because he always has to be the victim. He swear everybody do him wrong when he don't even realize he the common denominator. But see, a lot of that he's carrying, that hatred and that bitterness, you are paying the tab for that. Because does it make sense to you how you've been there for him, you've loved him, you've supported him, you've given him money, you've given him your last, you took out your 401k to support his business, the business that failed. You was the person that took out the money, ran the business. He didn't do nothing. You changed his life. You changed his wardrobe. You got him the job. You filled out the resume. When he walked off the job and didn't even tell you, you said that's okay. You paying all the bills. And if he is paying the bills, he probably using the money against you. You taking care of the kids. You making sack lunches like he a third grader. You asking him how was work. You rubbing his musty feet. You laying next to him smelling his musty armpits. You sitting there being unsatisfied by his small tallywhacker because you don't really want to crush his dreams and tell him you ain't been satisfied in years, right? Because it's something about grown men. They always got to be coddled and pushed and babied like we raising toddlers. But back to my point. The point is, he's jealous of you. He doesn't like you. He hates when you succeed. He hates when people pay attention to you. He hates when you get a promotion on your job. He hates when your family is there for you and they want to stick up for you. He don't like it when you have friends. He don't like it when you go to lunch with your coworkers. He don't even want you talking to your coworkers at work and you like, baby, I got a job to do. He's so dumb. He don't even get it. But that's another story. But because it's jealousy. When a person is bitter, and it festers in their body, it festers in their brain, it can show up as jealousy. And you wondering why? Well, maybe he don't support me because he's not used to supporting people. Maybe he doesn't love me because he came from a broken home. Maybe he doesn't know how to be a dad.
And let's even talk about how we make excuses for being treated fucked up by these men. We get treated fucked up. And we still be there for these men. And meanwhile, they jealous of the whole situation. You pouring into them. You giving money, you doing everything, you helping them, you giving them opportunities. Angel said she gave the dude a job. Why did she need to give him a job? Why couldn't he find his own job and be independent or whatever? But you know what? And here's another thing, is because men will always say that these women are out here only wanting the men that got this and want something from them. Angel's over here talking about how she got the job and hired him. He didn't have a job, so. This is showing right here that women will date men that's struggling, don't have a job, and bring them in and try to like pour into them. But then you'll have men on these panels acting like women don't be doing everything for these men, bro, and they still get treated like shit. I got so many stories. It'll knock your fucking socks off. So let's not talk about like y'all talk about how women are delusional. No, y'all men are delusional.
Because he said that his dad wasn't there and nobody's ever showed him how to be a dad and how to be a man. No, baby, those are excuses. He's jealous. But see, over here,
that's the problem. You don't care.
I'm not telling you to stay, go back to a relationship. I don't give that kind of advice because I don't know what everybody is going through. But one thing I will do is give you the wisdom. And over here, when we heal, I'm just here to tell you, it's not because he came from a broken home. It's not because his mother was an addict. It's not because he never felt support. It's not because he was taken advantage of as a kid. It's not because nobody's ever showed him love. It's not because nobody's ever supported him. It's not because his dad wasn't there. It's not because his mother didn't listen. It's not because his sisters seemed like they were the favorite and he got left out. It's not because he can never get on his feet. It's not because he just doesn't understand why people don't understand him. It's not because he has an addiction. It's not because he has mental health. It's none of those. It's simply because he's jealous. That's all.
And here's the thing. People, listen, everybody's like, to myself, why would I get, okay, you might not be that guy, but there are men out here that this is talking to.
No, Taz is that guy. Taz is that guy. That's why I want to address Taz. Taz, come up here and holler at your girl. Because you on some weird, you're in the comments talking about, you're directing it to yourself. So it's a reason why you're labeling yourself like we're talking directly to you. So come up here.
Right, hit dogs holler. Hit dogs a holler. It's a lot of hit dogs in these comments, y'all.
Those kind of guys are uncommon. That's not your average guy. That's uncommon. And once you know somebody got your best interest once you know somebody doesn't have your best interest at heart, it's time, if you can, part ways with them. That's all.
Obama, we said that so many times. That's why I feel like Taz is really directing it to himself, because it might be Taz is part of the problem.
Well, you know what I learned about social media? People take things too personal. I was joking around. Somebody was asking a question about marriage, just joking around. And I said, it was something to do with oral sex. And I said, I have to ask my boyfriend later, just joking around. And they was attacking me. Oh, you gay, you this, you that. I said, bro, we just on social media having fun. Everything is not, a competition. or everything is not a battle, and everything is not homosexual or not homosexual. I don't know if I can say that, but that's how sometimes when you're on social media, people take things personal. So that's what you got to realize. Like we're not even talking to him, but you might be talking about people like him. So or her, or whoever it is in general. That's why people do that.
Why would I have another man? You clearly came in on the end of the story, but look, I don't have nothing against gay people. If you like men, women, whatever your sexual preferences, that's your business. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is live in your truth and stop dating what you don't like and treating it messed up just because you can't live in your truth. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but sometimes
if you're gay, you're gay. At the end of the day, why would you be with a woman if you're gay? If you're going to be with a woman and you want to be with a man, then you're not going to treat that woman right because that's not what you want.
But sometimes people like that, they go both ways. We used to call that in the 90s into the early 2000s. We used to call those homo thugs, and you had the guys that went both ways, and they were kind of feminine, and you kind of sense it a little bit. Not all, some were real masculine because I known both types, but you know they men the gay men community. One thing I don't like about them, because I don't care about your lifestyle, but a lot of them are aggressive towards women. I had to tell one because he was arguing, he was getting up in the girl's face. He was biologically a man, and he was getting up in the girl's face. And I said, "Yo, I understand you having your difference, but that's a female." And then I had to get aggressive with him. Like I'm not Mike Tyson, but I'm like almost 6 feet and I'm over 200 pounds. And then he got aggressive with me. I said, "Listen, I'm gonna respect where you're coming from, but if you get up in my face the wrong way, I'm gonna knock you back into your natural." I said something about I'm gonna knock you back into manhood, because like I said, you're getting aggressive with females. I noticed men like that, and I'm not saying everybody. I'm not painting everybody with the same brush, but I noticed men with.
Yeah, you gotta tell them that.
Yeah, no. I'm not. I'm talking about men with feminine energy. They get aggressive with women. A real masculine man is not going to get too aggressive with a woman because he knows it's a female, and he knows that if he put his hands on her, he can hurt her. And I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm speaking for myself. For hitting a woman, only time I'll put my hands on a woman, if a woman's attacking me physically, I'll just like to get them off me. I might inadvertently hurt them, but I'm not going to go and throw a hard, heavy punch at a female because I disagree with her. Most masculine men think that way. The ones that got feminine energy, those are the ones that put hands on them. That's just my opinion. A lot of times, and I'm not painting everybody with the same brush, so I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm just making a statement. A lot of times, those guys are raised without a father. Because my mother and my father taught me, you don't put your hand. And my mother would, if I'm in my house beating my wife, my mother would side up with her to get me off her. So, I think we need more households like that, and then you won't have men attacking women as much. That's just my opinion.
Here's a question. You know what? I always hear this, right? You don't even argue with women. Men should not argue with women. Why do you think that men should not argue with women?
Because whoever that guy is, why it's millennial, he knows that he can't win that battle. I feel like I can't win that. I feel like I can't win that battle. I let them say what they want, and I just let it ride.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's because a man arguing with a man can go there with it, and not be abusive. But when a man argues with a woman, there is a line that could be crossed that could go into being abusive and being bullying. Man being stronger than woman, man being that domineering, more dominant, like stature wise. So that is why men should not be really sitting up here arguing too hard with women. But I do want to say this is that with Taz, okay, so he's saying that why would her man be in the thing with? She was cleaning the house. She had a business.
Girl, I didn't even feel like answering it. You don't even. I mean, if you want to, I didn't, because I'm like, clearly he's coming in on.
Oh, she must have got a phone call. But so you came in on the end. So what happened is that she had boyfriend that she had a cleaning business and she hired her boyfriend. And the boy, I guess, they both probably was like in the struggle. And see, some people will say, why would you date a man that you would have to like help him get a job? And well, some of us is we believe in coming together with our man and working together and being in the struggle, whatever. So she go ahead, Angel. I'll let you go ahead and tell the rest of that.
No, I don't want to. He's annoying. That's why I told him to pull up. I told him to pull up so he could get clarity. He don't want to pull up, so then I'm not even going to acknowledge that anymore.
Right. So you in the comments.
Conversation. You weren't here for the whole conversation, so you really speaking on part of a conversation. So we know, right, just by that comment, I know you don't know what you're arguing about. You're just arguing. So I'm not going to argue.
Sometimes it's not an argument. Sometimes I call it a discussion. Meaning I let you say.
No, he's trolling because he said, why is another man in the room? We just clearly spoke on the fact that I had a cleaning business, a house, residential and commercial cleaning business, and I gave the man a job. The man took the job and he started sabotaging me because when we would meet up with clients, he would start spazzing out about different things. But when we were with women clients, he would be the one to address the women. And I didn't have any issue with that.
But
I owned the company though. I was just trying to build with this man.
And then he made it so that she ended up losing the contract of working with that one client because he was so busy.
I lost several contracts because he would spaz out all the time. He had mental issues or something. Like at the end of the day, I know I was not the problem because again, I can't hide what I look like, but I am very professional because I clearly built my business up. I had several clients. I brought him into my business and I started losing contracts. So that's a red flag
so
there.
Imagine like you bring so that is that not jealousy? If you say, okay, I'm experiencing this right now. And I had to just pretty much block a dude. Like just say, you know what, forget it. Like you try to bring you see that this person probably ain't working, but you're dating him, you like him, you love him. Maybe he lost his job, whatever. You say, okay, well, I got a business. You can come and clean with me, right? Or do whatever I'm doing. And you bring them in, right? And then they begin to do little shit to fuck up the opportunity for you.
But you know what it is, though?
That's jealousy to me.
Some men got pride. Like he might, in his mind, feel that he's below you because you hired him. That's an issue that that's a problem a lot of men might have with that. This lady is, because this one lady, I don't know if it was Kelly Price, it was somebody that said something that was real, that made a lot of sense to me. I think it was Kelly Price, but don't quote me on it. She said, we got a business, I own the business, I tell them what to do when we're at work. But when we get home, we reverse roles. I don't know if I have the mindset to do that, but that's what I think it was Kelly Price, but don't quote me on it. It was an entertainer that owned, like she was the breadwinner basically. But in the household, the man led. So that's what that was.
Well, think about Monique, right? Monique has so Monique is well known, but she'll always say, but why is it that she always have to call my husband, my this, my that, whatever, to coddle his like ego, even though she's really the person that everybody looks at because she's Monique, but she gotta constantly. Yes, that's me. Yes, baby daddy. Yes, king, please. Yeah. To constantly, like whatever his ego, and make him feel like the man, even though she is really the person that's paying his bills. But you're my manager, and it's like on some like pimp shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, DJ, because I am all about that. Like, I mean, yeah, my husband, my man, but. When your man is sabotaging you and things start going downhill when you're letting him lead, he's not a leader. Period, point blank. So then we have to reiterate from my man to you need to go sit down on the curb because you messing stuff up.
No, you're right. But that's what I learned. Like I like to listen to people talk because that's what I learned. Because the lady was the breadwinner and controlled most of the businesses, and she had her husband as a partner, but technically. She was the owner and he was like the CEO, but right under her. But she said that sometimes a conflict because like she's telling him basically what to do at work because she was like his superior at work. But then when they got home with the family, she was programmed to reverse roles. I gave a lot of respect and props on that, and he accepted his role or whatever it was and stuff like that. But you know, some women, like I noticed this with some women, particularly in the Black community, sometimes they do have a lot of masculine energy. I'm not saying everybody.
So what is oh, here we go. I keep hearing this masculine.
Yeah.
What is masculine energy? What is masculine?
Like they want to, like, for example, I'm gonna use the Kelly Price situation. Like you own the company, and you tell me what to do at work, but then you bring that home. Like sometimes some people, whatever they do for a living, they don't know how to turn it off. Like for example, like let's say you're a correction officer. When you come home, you're treating your kids and your wife like inmates, or vice versa, your husband. So that's what I mean by feminine. That's what I mean by masculine energy. Like you don't know how to turn that off when it's not a conflict. Everything's not a conflict. If we are a team, you know, in a relationship, usually the man is masculine and the female is feminine. But I've seen females that were that had like they were rough around the edges and they just act like a man a lot. So that's what masculine energy is to me.
Well, I will say this, even though it was my business, I did let him lead. Like he usually talked to the client, you know, I spoke with them on the phone, but when we addressed them in person, when we came, we were as partners. Like I said, I wouldn't have brought him into the business. I don't need him as a worker. Like I could have did it by myself. I already had people working with me. It was just more of giving him an opportunity because I believe that, you know, sometimes people be down on their luck and they need an opportunity. I don't know, you know, you don't know a person's whole story. So I don't judge a person by, oh, he doesn't have a job, so he's broke. I'm not going to pay you no attention because, you know, I'm just not that person. So I'm like, hey, I got this going. You can come join what I'm doing and we do it together, right? We made sure we got the numbers right. He felt comfortable with the numbers he got. But it was more like, I don't think he can work with his spouse, period. And he wanted to kind of shadow me everywhere. Even if he wasn't working, like he would say he doesn't want to work. Like we would get there to a client's house and then he'd throw a tantrum and then he'd storm out the house and he'd go sit in the car and then he doesn't want to work for the rest of the day because he's pissed off because he felt like I was sweeping the broom too long. You know, I don't know. It was.
Yeah, that is manipulation and trying to sabotage. We gotta like be
and that's
real
what he was doing.
And let's talk about feminine energy because I hate when men always talk. Y'all, a lot of y'all be masculine. Let's go.
Entertaining and hilarious for self-proclaimed masculine alpha males to speak on wanting feminine women while simultaneously getting their Speedos in a bunch when women are actually feminine. What do I mean? Contrary to popular talking point, feminine energy is not submissive. Feminine energy is not submissive, nor is it dull and bland. Feminine energy is receptive, and feminine energy is creative. So the first character trait of feminine energy is to reject unsavory impressions from the masculine, to keep the feminine sacred. And two, which is to be creative. Makeup, hair, colors, and all things that are creative are feminine in nature. So if you're so masculine, stay out of feminine women's business and appreciate being rejected, because that's what feminine energy does. I find
when men say, "Well, y'all feminine, y'all acting masculine." Well, sometimes that rejection. Sometimes a woman really being a woman and not just taking anything is feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? Not just falling for the okie doke of anything. That is when a woman steps up and says, "No, I'm not going for that." That is her exercising her feminine energy to choose. Like I said, lions in the wild don't just let anybody jump on her back and procreate with her. People, feminine energy is not docile and submissive. It is probably, like I said, animals. Some of the most vicious animals are the female aspect of that animal. But go ahead. Welcome to the channel, James Harlan. Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, what I was going to say is you got to understand, too, when he's spazzing out at these clients, I'm a professional, so I didn't even address it at all while we were there. When we left, though, I did tell him, after so many incidents, I told him, we just can't work together. You know, I guess that's firing him or whatever you want to call it. I just told him I can't work with him because he's making me lose money. I'm building a business and he's coming in. And instead of him, this is the thing, it wasn't even so much that he had a problem, it was the way he was addressing the problem. If he had an issue, he could have pulled me outside and we could have spoke on it. And he could have said, hey, I don't appreciate this. I don't like how you move in this way, or whatever the case may be. He didn't do that. He's going off, slamming these people's doors, throwing stuff. Like, you're in somebody's property. You're on somebody's property, right?
Intentionally trying to sabotage the situation.
Thank you. I mean, come on now.
He's a grown man. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
The one mistake you made is this is just what I'm observing. The only mistake I feel you made was when he came in. You should have had the mindset was, you know, when we here, I'm the leader. You do what I say. Don't say too much to anybody because I don't want you talking me out of making money. And then you just got to follow orders. Just sit back and be like a silent partner. That was the mistake you made. Go ahead.
No, Barack. I was calling you Obama, but I just realized it's old drama. But no, the thing is, I had many conversations with him. Again, I addressed the situation once we left the client's house because I'm a professional. So, you know, I separated the two, being that I'm at these clients' house. I'm not bringing drama there. So we're going to leave once the job is done. He would throw a tantrum, then he'd go sit in the car, and I'd let him sit in the car. But then I had to go now tell the client.
You're missing my point. You're going off subject. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying I would have played it different and that wouldn't have happened. If I was in your shoes, I would have said, you let me address the clients. If they got anything to say that the business that you may or may not know, let me answer it. Let me be the mouthpiece, because that's what'll happen when you let him be the mouthpiece.
But here's the thing, he wasn't the mouthpiece to the clients.
Right, that's what I was trying to explain to him, but it's okay. So yeah, he was not the mouthpiece. And I spoke to the client on the phone. I arranged everything. I never let anybody control over. Those were my granddaddy clients. Like they've been my clients. He never spoke to them. He would be on one page when we would head to the client, and then when we would get there and we'd start cleaning. Like, for instance, I would tell him, "Hey, you start on this, and I'm gonna go start on that." He would leave what he's doing to come monitor me. And then he would throw a tantrum and start going off. And a lot of times, like I said, it was intentional because a lot of times the client wasn't even nowhere near me. Like these are huge houses. They would be on a whole nother floor. I felt like he was just really not wanting to work. And he was low-key just jealous of me. Like, he just sabotaged my business at the end of the day because...
Right, and then she ended up losing the client because he's slamming people's doors. He's storming out. He's arguing with her in the household while they're trying to be doing their job. That is intentional. You can't tell me it's not.
Can I ask a
question? Go ahead, James. Go ahead.
Welcome. What's up, man?
Welcome, James.
Go ahead, brother.
Thank you. This is a great broadcast. And my question to the young lady, seeing his characteristic, why didn't you just relegate him to being the water boy, coffee maker, whatever? But he was ill-equipped to positively contribute to your business. And once you seen that nigga should have been going to the store, getting everybody lunch, or just get him out the way. Still pay him. I mean, that's what you do. But once you realize that what you're working with, I mean, now it's on you.
I mean, I briefly touched on the story because we were speaking of jealousy, but yeah, I mean, if you want to update, yeah, I did get him out of the business. And then afterwards, you know, he became a stalker of mine because he started hiding in bushes outside my house and all kinds of other stuff. So we did part ways, though. That story ended horribly, but we did part ways.
And I must say, to both of you young ladies, y'all are the kind of women that brothers yearn for. Well, in particular, a brother like me. And I think we spoke, Genesis, we spoke the last time I was here, how I would always support any woman that I'm with. And I would be even more diligent with someone who has so much to offer, or if they're making more than me, I have to check myself and realize that it ain't about you feeling less of a man because you ain't got more bread than your woman, there's a whole bunch of people in this world that you ain't got more bread in. You know what I'm saying? When you look at when you look at it holistically, so why would you choose your woman to hate on or think crazy about? I mean, it's just inconceivable for me to live like that with somebody who sees favor in you and wants to build with you. It's just inconceivable for me to try to sabotage that relationship primarily because she makes more money to you and being jealous. That's an immature person. And when I say immature, anybody, you could be at any age and be an immature person. You know what I'm saying? But you have mature people who are in their 20s or whatever, but you just happen to find somebody who was just crazy, or who wasn't there yet at whatever point in their life. Hopefully they'll get there. But now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you love somebody, you want to be with somebody, you got to handle what comes with them. I mean, if they have kids, they got a great job, make a lot of money, they're not going to always be there. If you make I think, and I'm talking a lot, and thank y'all for listening, but if you make a decision to be with that person, then you got to be with that person. Can't be in 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But I land with that.
And so this guy, T-Benz, old man always on some stuff. And he the one with a wife just telling women what they want. You a clown. See, that's the problem that y'all have, man. When you have a man, come on. It's like, well, we're talking about what our grievances are with these men. And then you have a man saying, listen, this is probably the right way to go. You shouldn't be, you should like, okay, if a woman's making more money than you and she's willing to bring you into her business, don't sabotage it. And people don't even understand that this exists. Maybe in your life it don't exist, but there is a reason why this conversation is even being had, because this exists. There are men that will sabotage you, that are jealous of what you're doing, and will come in and try to sabotage relationships. Have you seen like a woman, like before she's with a man, she's looking all good and this, that, the other, and then like you go about a year later of her being with this dude, and she looks like hell has broken loose in her life. The light has dimmed in her eyes. Her skin looks bad. She's breaking out. Why? So we have to understand that there is, and the same thing can happen with men too. But we're just talking about like the male aspect of it, because I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm a female. So I'm a female. Y'all females. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm a woman. So therefore, I'm trying to understand why men can exude these types of behaviors and pretty much sabotage relationships, because I'm experiencing it. That's the reason why I literally go ahead. Draining your energy. Thank you.
If we came up here and changed the perspective and spoke from a man's perspective, right, then they would respect it. But the fact that we're speaking on women, everybody in the comments keeps saying, "Oh, but women do the same thing." We're not speaking on that right now. We're speaking on what we're speaking on. This is the topic, and can you stay on topic? That shows the maturity level right there. You keep trying to compare the two. We're not talking about that. We're talking about when we went live. The live was about men, hypersexual men, jealousy, and where it's rooted.
Thank you.
And we do pick better men. This is called a story where we're speaking on men that were jealous and our experiences with them. I'm not even in a relationship, nor am I interested in dating right now.
Because that's what will happen when a guy drains. Listen, Angel. Listen, when you go through that, it makes you just want to just quit. When you go through that type of a situation, when a man does that, it makes you like, I'm good. I'm let me just chill. I don't even need.
It makes you like that when you don't know what the issue is. It makes you. I know what the issue is. That man was jealous of me. Whether you guys, you know what I'm saying. I don't have to tell the whole. Like, I'm speaking on a man that I experienced in my life that was jealous of me, because that's what we were speaking on. And that so happened to be a man that I brought into my business, and I spoke on that, right? Moving forward, though, like I said, standing on your boundaries. When you place boundaries, when there's boundaries in place, and you stand on them, that eliminates a group of men. So I'm not saying that's a current issue in my life. That is not a current issue in my life, right? What I'm speaking on is men that are jealous of their woman. I think that when you go on social media, people just it's kind of like the man in the comments saying, "Oh, why would I be jealous?" I don't know why you would be jealous. We're not speaking on you directly, Taz. We don't know you, right?
Hit dogs
We're
holler.
speaking on men that are jealous, right? Exactly. That's why I say he's part of the problem. He told on himself without even knowing that he was telling on himself.
Right. So are you married? I'm not good. I want love and I keep looking for it. Okay. Well, continue to look for it. What we're saying is don't exhibit these qualities that these other men are doing and you will be fine. When a woman is feeding into you, pouring into you, doing all these things, don't do these specific things and your relationship will be fine. And when you do those things, that is jealousy. That's all we're saying. Period. You know?
And if you don't mind, I can speak towards the hypersexuality. I've been there in my younger years and not knowing that it was a detriment. It was me doing my best to keep my woman satisfied, at least in my thinking, not realizing that I was doing good. I mean, I provided, I love children, but for some men, especially when they got super attractive women, there's a fear of losing them, and that fear can be overwhelming. I mean, sometimes it can make a fella not even go to work and get paid because they worrying about, who's looking at their woman, who might be knocking at their door. And I'm speaking particularly when I was in the South, particularly South Carolina. And South Carolina is a state with the most domestic violence out of all the was.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Battle Zone, your video is not connected. You have to either leave and come back. Battle Zone in the back. The reason why I can't bring you up is because your video isn't connected. I can't even hit the button. But I'm sorry, keep going.
Yes, I was just speaking about South Carolina at the time I'm speaking of was the state with the most domestic violence. Brothers really love their women's there, and sometimes to the point of being abusive with it. And there were a lot. I don't know why the words escaping me for that feeling that not necessarily jealousy, but yeah. And when you got somebody who you love and that's special, it can bring on some crazy thinking. But fellas have to be consistent, and I had to learn no matter what, you got to go get paid. You can't bodyguard nobody on the job while they home. You just can't do it, and get that out your mind and know the kind of person you're dealing with. You got a decent woman. She's a decent woman until proven otherwise, but you just can't invent thoughts and make them facts. So yeah, I definitely don't have all the answers, but yeah, I used to try to do everything I can, and a lot of it was unnecessary.
Can I ask you a question, James? In your younger days, right, as you were speaking in your younger days, right, have you ever been in a situation where you were insecure?
That's the word I was looking for, and it was escaping me. That's basically what I was in a lot of instances. Okay, for instance, the way you ladies describe yourselves, that's going to bring on automatic insecurity in a man's mind. Now, what degree that he allows?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Right.
No.
Right. I'm saying, can you elaborate?
Yes, when you look good, and you know other men desire you the same way that I desire you, it can bring on that it can bring that feeling upon you, but you have to fight it. There's nothing you can do. If you banging like that, you banging like that. I mean, whatever you put on, if it shows like that, it shows like that, and there's nothing you can do with it. And just like some dudes, they like the super pretty women. They don't have to have nobody, but just because they're pretty, they mad because people look at them. There's nothing you can do about nobody looking at your woman to see outside.
But why do they get mad at the women though?
Right. But wait. I want to follow with what he's saying, Sir James. You said that can bring on those insecurities, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
And when those insecurities came on, as a man that is now changed, right? Being transparent, when you were insecure in that situation, did it manifest out as jealousy?
Not jealousy
in your
of
behavior.
my woman. Not jealousy of my woman.
Just jealousy, period. We're just speaking on jealousy.
Yeah,
so where you were now. Now you were jealous, right?
I wouldn't use the term jealous as far as mad because she's getting the attention. No, I would be jealous of another dude paying maybe too much attention or come around too much. Yeah. And I'm not dude. I'm going to check that immediately. I'm not going to just let that simmer. I'm not. Yeah.
But see, you're not getting to the root of it.
Okay, so
I would never be jealous of my woman. I ain't built like that.
Oh.
I appreciate it.
So when that jealousy arose, being transparent, did that make you behave in a certain way? Let's say.
No, because use the word transparent. I'm a transparent person. I'm gonna step to her and be like, yo, baby, what's up with this? What's up with that? Yo, don't have no nigga come to my house when I ain't home or
that right there.
Whatever issues I have, I will address them.
Okay. I'm not to say he wasn't addressing them, he was, but okay, if you're in Walmart with your woman, this woman, right? And this woman looks good, so there's people looking at her, right? And that insecurity flared up in you, which then caused you to be a little jealous. And you then, how would you address that situation? Why are you addressing her? She has nothing to do with that. She's being herself. So why would you then feel like there's something to be addressed?
Thank you. See, hold on. Let me. Thank you, Angel. Exactly. See, men don't realize that when they're doing that is actually jealousy of the woman. They don't understand that this is because you're attacking her for what someone else is, how their actions are towards the woman, and all she's doing is she's oblivious. She's just being a woman, and you're upset because of how other people are interpreting her, and then you address her and say, well, she's wrong. That is showing jealousy toward the woman and the attention that she's
that would
gathering.
Be ridiculous to me. That would be ridiculous.
Am I right, Angel? Do you get what I'm saying?
I totally get it. I'll try to break it down a little bit so he can understand. Because I mean, he probably don't operate like that now because he's an older gentleman and he's probably done some work and been through some relationships to where, if you don't evaluate yourself, you sitting here saying, okay, so yeah, I did get jealous, and then I'm gonna check that right then. Why is there anything to check other than yourself? That's who should be getting. You should go look in the mirror and check yourself for those feelings that are arising in you, because there's a reason why those feelings are arising in you, because you knew what you were getting into when you started dating that woman. Because what you found attractive, there's going to be many others that find attractive.
Right.
Okay. Now y'all must admit there are women who purposely do things to make their men jealous. And
but we ain't speaking on that because I'm not one of them women. I had absolutely no reason to be jealous of her.
I'm speaking about myself in the instances when I was jealous. I'm not gonna be jealous of you because you look good and people looking at you. That's just comes with being with you.
Why would a woman?
But if you are giving some, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Why would a woman intentionally want to make you jealous?
I mean, why would a woman want to? Why would some women want to breathe air? They just do.
That's not the answer to the question.
No,
Like,
wait, let me go from a different angle, James. Let me go from a different angle. Let's not talk about the physical, because there's women out here that, like my dear friend DJ, they might not be shaped like an hourglass, but she gets attention because her aura speaks, her energy is lit, bright, right? She knows that she's charismatic. So at the end of the day, whatever the reason that people are drawn to her, right? We're not going to speak on physical because it's kind of like focusing on physical. Whatever reason people are drawn to her, why would that flare up insecurities and jealousy out of that man that she's dating with?
Well, I can speak towards insecurities. Insecurities can be a tool that you use to better yourself. That's what I've learned. If I feel that if I don't do this correctly for my woman, somebody else is going to do it. That's going to motivate me to move in a direction to do what needs to be done. And then that would erase that insecurity. Now, as far as jealousy, when I was saying some women just do it because it's just like breathing. There are women who want to maintain their relationships and unfortunately they feel like keeping their man on edge is the way to do it. And they do things that will enhance whatever jealousy he has in him, to the point where it could be detrimental, or it just could be he's definitely unhealthy. But they are women who do things like that to men. I had it done to me, and it's not a good thing. You can't be with nobody like that.
Can you give me an example so we can understand where you're coming from? Because what I'm hearing is, because I didn't hear an answer to her question, right? I heard the definition of insecurity and why what insecurity is and how you should deal with insecurity. But if a woman is just being herself, like she says, I'm not hourglass shaped, I'm fat, whatever. People love to point that out, right? But
it ain't about shape. It's just charisma, period. Just the fact that people are drawn to you, and this man is sitting on the sideline, like the one that you showed with the birthday person. He's sitting in the background, they're singing happy birthday, and he's looking pissed off because it's not about him. It's not about him.
That's what we're talking about. There are people out here, there are men out here that when a woman's getting too much attention, when people are drawn to that woman, that will innately feel jealousy, and they will not. Everybody else is happy celebrating, and he's up there looking like Stonewall face, right? So maybe it might not be.
It sounds like a tinge of narcissism. It sounds like a
right. There you go. There you go, my guy. There you go.
We get to it. Finally, we get to it.
No, there you go. I'm just looking for some transparency, man. I appreciate you getting up here and just being real, because it's so many people in the comments playing games like these people don't exist. Come on now. And yes, there are women too that exist like that, but we're not speaking on that. The subject when we went live, we're gonna stay on that one. And the narcissist, right? Break down the narcissist. What is the deep-rooted issue of a narcissist?
I've dealt with some, and I fought against being one my whole life because I realized the kind of person that you are if you're a narcissist. It's all about you. Nobody can be better than you.
Is it competitive? Is it competition?
You. There's no competition when you're a narcissist. Competition can be healthy, but you're a narcissist. It's like nothing. I'm the king of everything, point blank, period. Go do this right now, type shit. That's how I see it. And it was like, okay, I'm sorry. I remember the last time I talked to you in the comments or in the chat, I wrote, because I like you looking at everything. I'm like, yo, me Tarzan, you Jane, you go cook. Did y'all hear that? My alarm is going off. Did y'all hear that?
Me Tarzan, you Jane, you go cook. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you typed that into the chat one time when I was talking about something. You typed that in.
Yeah,
I think you did that one time. You know what I'm saying? But he's right? So, but I wanted to give you an example for the people that if y'all haven't seen it, like just showing like the example of how it could be so obvious jealousy, right? Within a situation like this, right? Let me show it again because y'all might have missed it. I'm gonna show you here, all right? Watch, I'm gonna play it. Watch this.
I'm sorry for
You
the
can
noise.
exist.
Now they're singing a song. It's her birthday. You see this? Can y'all see that? Can y'all see this? It's her birthday, right, guys? Now she's smiling and happy. Everybody's singing. This dude's sitting up there looking like stank face. Okay. Why would a dude do that?
Why is he looking like it's the worst day of his life? I've said it before, but I'll say it again. How a person behaves on days that are specifically about you, celebrating you, your big day, your big opportunity, any moment where the spotlight is on you will tell you everything you know about that person. Not just your mate, your friend, your family members, when it's your promotion, your graduation, your birthday, and they look like they're frowning up like he is. They're picking a fight with you the day before your big exam. They're not happy for you on your graduation. They move out the day before you graduate. Like, people go out of their way to try to ruin special moments for you. And just because they're with you doesn't mean they're not jealous of you. They could be jealous of how much your friends love you, how much your family loves you, how much attention you get from random strangers. There could be any number of reasons, but don't think somebody who seems to be miserable every time you're being celebrated isn't them being jealous. Someone who loves you would never ruin your special moment and selfishly make that moment about them.
You know what I'm saying? Because you already know that once they left that thing and he looking all stupid and all fucked up while they're singing, that the whole conversation wasn't on him after they all left the party. So it's like you intentionally do this to draw attention to yourself being an asshole. And meanwhile, now the conversation's not about how great of a time we had, but why was this nigga looking like a fucking asshole at the party? Barack Obama says he has to go, so I wanted to at least let him give some final thoughts on his way out the door. Go ahead, Barack. You there? You there, Barack? Or maybe he just stepped away from the thing. But yeah, like why would a person do that? So when we talk about jealousy, people think jealousy as in, I wish whatever or whatever. No, he probably was mad because he never had people singing to him. His birthday passed, nobody gave a Father's Day passed, no one cared. Who knows? But let's hear some more from a male perspective about jealousy, because I think that these people think that okay, it's these women up here bitching about men. No, let's go.
I've heard women say that they feel like their husband or their boyfriend is kind of jealous of them, and that's crazy to even think about that, because I mean, as a man, how could you even be jealous of a female, bro? Like, women don't have to go through the same type of stuff that we got to go through, but for a man to be jealous of a woman, bro, like in the workplace, a man could be jealous of a woman because this woman got the job position that he wanted, or, just anything. And even like in a relationship or a marriage, a man could potentially be jealous of his girlfriend or wife because she has a better career than him and she's making more money than him. She has a better personality than him. She attracts, people to her. People are drawn to her and they're not so drawn to him. And then he can learn to be, grow to be jealous of that. And even like when they split up, like when a man and his woman split up, let's say they had kids together or something, and if he just fall off, like he just fall all the way off, and get strung out, or he becomes so irresponsible he can't keep a job, and he just hit rock bottom. But the woman, she stated she went up here, she climbed the ladder, she's getting better since he been out of her life. And now, do you think the man could look back at that and be like, dang, so why, like, what I'm saying, and he'll be jealous, and he can't figure out why she got the things she have now that she done split up from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a possibility too, because like I'm sure it's some men out there that are jealous of they woman, bro. Not even that.
And let me tell you something. What they'll do. They'll circle the block, come back in your life, and try to sabotage shit. That's the type of shit that I have experienced. They'll come back in with the lovey-dovey and gaslight and love bomb you, and then bring the same bullshit that they was doing before. They'll do it for a second, and maybe that is narcissism. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Now, this happens with men too, but we're talking about, with women too. I mean, women could do the same thing to men, but we're talking about men right now, and we'll have a conversation about the women too. You know, right now we're talking about the men. So, what you gonna say, Angel?
Oh no, I wasn't going to say anything, but I do want to address a comment. There was someone that spoke in the comments and said that the way you date. Oh my God, there's so many people commenting. I'm sorry. They said your partner is a reflection of you at the stage in your life.
Good point. That's actually
so, and I agree with that, which is why I led with at that time that person wasn't healed or whatever they were going through, their trauma, sexuality, demons that they're fighting, and I also had mine. If you don't put in the work, though, that is what you're going to continue to attract, right? I spoke on that earlier, and when we told the story, I held myself accountable about the situation. I didn't put all the blame on him. We were just speaking on it being jealous. At the time, I do feel like that I lacked boundaries. Most definitely.
Me too. At that time, I
lacked
lacked out, and then my picker wasn't that good. Choosing the right man.
I mean, because if you lack boundaries, then I skated all through my situation because I lacked boundaries. He was saying the mistake I made was not addressing the situation. I addressed the situation many times, but I allowed him to continue to work with me to where there was multiple events that happened with my clients to where ultimately, like you said, I lost contracts and all kinds of things, but that was a life lesson learned for me. But we're just speaking on that situation.
Angel, I got a question for you.
I use that situation as an example. Yes.
Now, do you feel that when all that was going on, that you were in your feminine energy? Do you feel like you were acting masculine? Were you being overly argumentative?
No, I was not.
Were you being overly argumentative, or were you more submissive to that man?
I submitted to him. That was the point. I submitted to him, and he took me down.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was the problem. I didn't have no boundaries.
I swear to God.
I let him do as he pleased.
It be the ones that you submit to that will treat you the worst. But when you step up and have boundaries and say, I'm not putting up with this shit, then that's when the right dude comes up.
It weeds out the bullshitters, which is why I'm single.
That's why
honestly, there's a lot more bullshitters out here than
we have to be masculine to cut the bullshit. Because we be too
I don't feel like that's masculinity, though.
Like I've got a goddamn a stamp on our head saying doormat here, walk on top of it. That's what happens. So y'all need to cut that bullshit about women being masculine. It's bullshit. No, you want a doormat is what you want. You want a doormat you can like walk on top of, treat like shit, and that woman's gonna still be there waiting for you when you come back, cheating on her, whatever the hell dumb shit that you're gonna be doing, and ghosting her, being not communicate, whatever the hell dumb shit that niggas do. And when you're done with that, you come back and shit and poop on her and whatever. Like she's a toilet. And when women step up and say, I'm not putting up with no more, now they're being masculine. Bullshit. That's what I'm talking about.
He said you can tell she ain't never been submissive. Oh God. Maybe the gamble.
Submissiveness goes a long way, especially with men. It really does. Like me, I mean, I don't need my woman, crawling on the ground, picking up, I don't know, stuff off the floor with a toothbrush or whatever, no. But there comes a time when even if you are the breadwinner, even if you are making more money than him in a relationship, this comes a point where it's me, Taz, and you, Jane, and you gotta rock with it. So you gotta know what's your lane. Can't always be, you the one with the shoulder pads on. I'm the one on the side with the whistle, the referee. No. We on the same team. We playing together. We all geared up. So yeah, there comes a time that, and I know it's it's a delicate balance that would have to be made, particularly if you are a woman who's, let's say, employing your man, that it's a delicate balance, and he got to be with it. You know what I'm saying? He can't get in his feelings. I mean, if you know the job, you gave him the job, is your company, he gotta know you know more than him. You can't just come in there after 2 days and try to exert what you might do at home on the job. Now it's time to fall back and listen and learn, you know? And
I mean,
you just gotta be able to do that.
well, James, I wouldn't say I knew more than him because he was intelligent, you know, so, and that was the whole reason why I even offered the position to him, is because we had many conversations and he was highly intelligent. He knew how to, I wouldn't say he knew how to run a business, but he definitely knew some things, you know, and we could balance each other out. But there were some things he needed to work through, I feel like, and myself, you know.
Yeah, I can tell any fella, any man that, you know, you're gonna always be able to learn something, you know, saying if you have an open mind, and there's always something to learn. You're just not gonna get it all. You gotta be susceptible to getting it. And you can't pick and choose who it might come from. Okay, I'm an older dude, but I gotta listen to that nigga who's 20 years old when he's saying something right, especially if it's something that I don't know about. When I have to humble myself, fall back, and try to absorb whatever wisdom this younger person is giving me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how life is. You're just gonna have to tap out sometimes and listen.
I was older than him. Only by a few years, but I was older than him.
Me too.
Right.
By about 5
So let me
years,
guess.
and the nigga, come on, maybe we need to be dating like old,
Your
like
favorite football teams?
70-year-olds or something, huh?
No, I was gonna say your favorite football team is the Cougars, right? Your favorite
No,
football
like
team
maybe
is
it might have been a few years. It ain't like it ain't. We not 3 years older is not a cougar. Now, if he was like 30, but no, like about 4 or 5 years older, that's not cougar territory. You might have went to the same high school, and well, you was a senior, he was a freshman. That's not cougar territory.
Right. He was a very jealous person. I mean, period, point blank. I don't care what the crowd is saying. He was jealous. He was jealous.
Man, bump that. Yes, exactly. He was jealous. Let's keep talking about.
What y'all think?
If we
And
look, if
prime example.
I was gonna say, if I put his behavior on a woman that was a female friend, I would have said that woman was jealous. So at the end of the day, he was jealous. He was a man, so it was uncharted territory, but he was definitely jealous.
All right, now check this out, y'all. Watch this.
Got the things she have now that she done split up from him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a possibility too, because like I'm sure it's some men out there that are jealous of they woman, bro. Not even they woman, but women. Period. They jealous of them, and that's crazy to even think about that, bro. Like I said, like how you we don't ain't got to go through the same stuff, bro. Like what y'all think?
And these two are a prime example of why people tell women do not date down financially, especially if you earn significantly more than that man. This man has been harboring a lot of resentment while participating in financial infidelity with Yasmin. He is complaining about how in his culture, he needs to make more money than this woman. But when he met her, she was making more money than him, which leads me to want to have a bigger conversation about financial infidelity. He was amassing a large amount of debt and lying to her about how much debt he was actually in. And the entire premise of the relationship so far, from what I've seen, is that she is paying more than her fair share of the household expenses and covering items for their children just so he can pay off his debt. The entire time he is still accruing more debt. And that's because he doesn't have to worry about taking care of his children. He doesn't have to worry about paying for rent because she's got it. And I think that he is absolutely using her, but using this, oh, in my culture, I'm supposed to be making more money. Then go out and make more fucking money. But because he knows that she's going to take care of things, that's why he's able to still do this. She's like, he is buying lavish items and I'm over here paying 70% and struggling with the kids. And go to find out he's been lying to her for some time that he is working. He was laid off from what it seems like, and he is still spending as if he has an income coming in, and he did not disclose it to her until this very moment. I feel like that is a very narcissistic thing to do, and she needs to leave this man before he ruins her financially the way he has ruined himself, because he clearly has no financial discipline.
Somebody please tell me that it's not really grown ass men out here that are jealous of grown women. Like, this is really a topic. Now, on a normal pretense, I would think this topic is straight foolishness, but I gotta think outside of myself, because me normally thinking as myself, I wouldn't say I would ever get jealous of a woman regardless of the situation, but there are actually literally men that walk this earth that are jealous of women and the opportunities that they get, or maybe just even the bag that they got, or how they look. There's grown men that actually are jealous of women, and it's scary to think about. Like, how could you be jealous of anything that a woman got, knowing that you're a grown man and you're naturally gifted physically more than a woman, sometimes even more logically smart, so you can accomplish different things on your own agenda. But a lot of men are just lazy, I guess, and they don't take it upon themselves to educate themselves. And that's the big problem, because women are naturally more educated than men. This is a well-known fact. When you're more educated, you speak better, you present yourself better in a better manner. Outside of relationship talk, just in professional setting, you're going to get more opportunities and better jobs and better career paths naturally. And then, you know, women are naturally the gender that looks better on top of that. So looks wise, they're going to get better opportunities. And I guess a lot of men are jealous of that because of how quick a woman could blow up. I mean, you can even look at it on social media. It don't take a woman long, especially if you're a good, attractive looking woman that got something going on for yourself, and let you not have brains on top of that. Then yeah, you can accomplish some shit. And I could see how a lot of insecure men would get jealous of that. But that's creepy to me, bro. Just know as a woman that there's grown men out here that have disguised themselves or whatever they got to disguise themselves as just to get into your life, just to destroy what you got going on, because they are secretly jealous of what you got going on.
What the
Or
fuck?
maybe a light in you that they could see something special that you might not even see yet in yourself. And they don't want that shit to manifest. So they do whatever it takes to add toxicity or keep you off your motherfucking rocker. Whatever it may happen to be, bro, pay attention to that. Because there are men out here that walk this earth that are jealous of women, and we can see it in the crimes perpetuated against women from men alone. But just keep that third eye open for real.
So if another man is willing to admit, you know what I'm saying, that there is a such thing as a jealous man that could be jealous of women based on the opportunities that come. And then people love to hate Shira 7, but she talks about the same thing. Let's go.
Are very jealous of the attention women get, because with that attention, life is easier, life is less expensive, and a lot of women are catered to, while men are expected to be men. And so the same way that women look and scroll through Instagram at other women and their bodies and this and that, and compare themselves to women and how they wish they could be, you know, living that lifestyle or looking like that woman, or wish they had, you know, that person's look or whatever. Men do the same thing, except with women versus men. So a lot of these men who don't know how to get up and go get money or get a career or get a life, instead of focusing on that, they focus on women and they get upset with them. So they're literally comparing themselves as men to women, not to other men. This is where the problem is.
Hello. So let's talk about that. There's men that will be watching your DMs, watching what you're doing, watching your lifestyle, and then they will try to insert themselves into your life and then bring that jealousy into your life. That's another thing. They go into, then they try to contact you. And the next thing you know, you're in a relationship with them. They've been watching you the whole time like a stalker. And they try to get into Listen, women get stalked. They get portrayed. Listen, men aren't men predatory? Don't they prey or not prey? But don't they like a hunter, hunting women? You find that woman, she's doing her thing or whatever, you get into her life and then you just wreak havoc in her life. Come on. This is a real thing that happens. So we have to like be real about what's really happening.
You want to know if a man is jealous of you or not? If he gets mad every time you receive a compliment out in public, or he says things like, oh, why do they always compliment you and they don't compliment me? He is jealous of you. He's very jealous of how beautiful you are. He knows how beautiful you are. He knows that you're going to receive.
Why would a man get with a beautiful woman and then get jealous of her? This is what we're saying. This exists. Now I'm going to flip the conversation to another subject. And we're gonna like start talking about like the next subject, which is because I think we pretty much we beat this subject into the ground. Yes, men can be jealous of women. Let's not play and pretend like that does not exist. Okay. Now let's get into hypersexuality, because I believe that, like I said, when we get really into the whole thing, there is an aspect of hypersexuality in men. Let's go.
Give me some coochie, give me some coochie, give me some coochie. Trying to invite me back to his place, and I said no. So I ended up at my house, at home, with my seafood. I ate my seafood.
And peep this. That dude will be a dude talking about some she used me to eat food. No, she just didn't want to fuck on the first date.
Some of you men are hypersexual, and it's so uncomfortable and disrespectful.
Men be really out here trying to lie and act like they're not obsessed with sex. They're not obsessed with trying to sleep with the woman as fast as they possibly can. As many women as they possibly can. I just think it's so funny. Not that like they're doing that, just that they're lying about it. Every day, I feel like I run into a new group of men trying to lie and be like, no, men ain't like that. No, them just the men you know. What kind of dudes you around? Men ain't actually that bad. And I'm sitting there like, when did they update the new model of niggas? Because ever since I was a kid, ever since I can remember, men just been lusting after women. Even when they end up married to a woman, they was lusting after to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's crazy. And the thing is that it is ruining men's potential. Like, men could have healthy relationships with women, but y'all ruining it from fucking lusting.
I cannot stand a lustful nigga. Give me some coochie, give me some coochie, give me some coochie. Like, what the fuck? And then, like, the lustful ones that have kids, why are you acting like you ain't never been in a coochie before? You have living proof that you have had some coochie. Calm down. Damn.
The men's be lusting. The men's be lusting. Let's show how the lustfulness is actually negatively impacting these experiences that men are having with women and just kind of fucking up the whole dating experience. And it has always fucked up the dating experience. Just FYI, like, this is not a new phenomenon. The internet is relatively new. Social media is relatively new. TikTok is relatively new. These experiences are not. These experiences are pretty fucking old.
I'm at the car wash.
Now, before she gets into her story, I'm going to say this. Like, the one weird thing that men do is when you, especially if you meet them online, send me your picture. I've had dudes like say hello and D-pic immediately. Like, what? Like, I don't want to see your penis. Like, what? Imagine if you met a person in real life. Because I think that the internet, you know what I'm saying, allows people to do stuff that's really would be considered like creepy in real life. If I meet you and I want to say, hey, he says, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, people be at the gas station. I might be going in. A guy will say, hey, you know, hey, whatever. They might like try to holler at me. But imagine that he just whipped his dick out in the middle of the fucking gas station. You'd be like, you're a fucking weirdo. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But why does a man feel like that you can meet them on a dating app and the moment you say hi to them, they could just throw their penis on top of their and take a picture and send it to you? Angel, you got any thoughts about that?
Girl, I'm over here laughing harder because I'm like, no, why do they do that? I don't know why they do that. I feel like that they have an intention, an agenda, and that is to sleep with you. And really, no, it's deeper than that. It's not just to sleep with you. whatever their agenda truly is, which is some 9 times out of 10 narcissistic, jealous, insecurities, is deeper rooted, and they have an agenda. They want to come get in, see what you got going, so they can either get in where they fit in or take you down. Because who does that?
They want to take you down.
No, for real. I mean, literally, who does that? They were sent by the enemy, period. I don't care.
From hell, the enemy from hell. Like who? First of all, in order to even send a D pic, okay, there's preparation. There's the whole thing that has to be done, right? Because you can't just send it. You can't send it flaccid.
They have no personality. They have no conversation. Like, period. So we're just gonna get straight to the point, and I'm gonna dick pic you.
Right. I've had a person called Sir Jaxalot. His name was not that when I saw him on the dating app. It was a regular name. But the moment he started being nice, whatever, okay, cool. The moment I gave him my phone number, he said, hey, and immediate video of him jaying off. And it was the most like pornographic, and I don't watch porn, by the way. It was so pornographic. And I was like, oh my God. Now I did watch the whole thing because hell, you'd have to see it. But gotta see it through. Gotta see it through. Gotta see the whole
Speaking of that, I have an example. You remember your homeboy, your friend.
Right.
You know who I'm talking about, right? He did the same thing. Remember, he was like, oh, Angel, I want to talk to you. And then we got on the link. We're all three on the line talking, having a conversation about nothing sexually related, nothing like that. And he's backdoor sending me on a private chat videos of him sleeping with women, his penis, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, what is wrong with your homeboy?
Men, listen, let me just give you guys a clue. A woman does not want to see a video of you. Do you want to see? Imagine if a woman, you're talking to them and they send you a woman of her getting screwed by another dude. But men will send actual images of them sleeping with another woman. So I don't know what they think it's going to turn you on. It's like, I don't want to see no picture of you sleep with another woman. Men do this. Men will literally send you a picture of them screwing another woman.
Then when I rejected it, what did he do? He immediately started being an asshole, trolling and being jealous of me, trying to down talk me, shame me online. He's going to different podcasts talking about me, when ultimately his whole agenda was to try and get me to be one of his wives.
Insanity, guys. It's insanity. So let's get into this because men love to like talk about how women are hoes, but let's talk about men and they hoe. Ho 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 ho. Like it's Merry Christmas.
I'm minding my business like I normally am, and this man approaches me, and he started out, I guess, with a little joke or whatever, talking about they said that you took all the towels, blah blah blah. And from there, we're talking, we laughing a little bit, and I'm like, hey, if you finna stand here and talk to me or ask my number or something like that, can you at least get this rag and dry off my car, like dry off the outside of my car? He said, oh yeah, of course, I got you. He grabs the rag and he's washing outside of my car. And then after he finished that, he was like, what you got planned for the rest of the day? And I was like, I don't have nothing planned for the rest of the day. It was like, oh, did you eat yet? Actually, I didn't eat yet. It's like, do you like seafood? I love seafood. He said, okay, bet. Like, can I take you out to eat? Do you want to go out to eat? Ask me where I'm on my way to right now. But let me show y'all the outfit.
No girl. Okay. All right, she look cute.
I told myself that this was gonna be the summer that I'm going everywhere. You inviting me and I ain't got nothing to do? Yes, I'm coming. Yes, I want to go. Please involve me. What time do I need to be ready? Because I'm coming.
All right. No problems there. Seemed organic. See, he asked her out on a date. He didn't go cheap. He didn't try to take her to a coffee house, which in all honesty, in that moment, it probably would have been appropriate. In that, you know what I'm saying? Like just meeting somebody, nothing being planned, just off the top, like, hey, let's go grab a cup of coffee and hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would have been fair. But he asked her, did she want to go eat seafood? Because he wanted to go eat seafood, which He trying to tell men all the time about taking a woman out on a date. I'm like, why are you acting like you don't want to go out yourself? You're just bringing a woman with you. Like, you might as well pay for it. I don't get the whole, like, I'm not paying for dates when you want to go too. Anyways, so it seems nice, right? It seems very cool. After I heard the story,
I'm talking on mute. Like, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm like, what's going on?
I'm sure that this date went to hell and back, but because he about to go into what happened after she came there with her beautiful. She looks very nice, very beautiful. Now, most men say, "Why you got the little tight outfit on? Oh, you look like a hoe." Ugh. Shut up. The fuck up. You know what I'm saying? The fuck up, bro. She's a woman. She's gonna be beautiful. Why would she? What's she called? Going there with a muumuu on? And yeah, and then he'd be mad because he can't see her boobs and her titties and whatever. Be like, oh, yeah, I'm good. All right. You know what I'm saying? She liked to look cute. Let her look cute. But here's the thing is that he asked her out. Now, guys will say, what you bringing to the table? These women always trying to bring us. You know how many men I meet that'll be like, oh, I be meeting girls on Facebook and the first thing they be asking, they would just want a meal. They want me to give them a meal and, whatever.
When low key, you can buy your own meal. Like, come on.
Bro, I could listen. Last time I went on a date, I was like, no, I don't need you to buy my food. And it's probably he probably wasn't even like that. I was like, no, I'm good. Okay, I got my food. Because I don't want you to have nothing over my head. That's crazy that we have to resort to that because if this guy asked you out, why should you have to buy your food? That was the norm. That used to be the dating rule. If a guy asks you out, then he pays the tab. All right, but let's go. I'm sure this went to hell in a handbasket. Let's go.
I actually swiped off the page, didn't think anything of it. But then I was doing some I saw some other stuff. I was like, wait, let me go back. Is there an update to that? Boom, lo and behold, there's an update to the story.
Y'all, it's no update for real. We went out to Lotus Seafood. We laughed, we talked. The vibes are nice. The food was amazing. And he was trying to see what I wanted to do afterwards, if I wanted to do something afterwards.
What do you think? You just met this woman. You met her at a car wash. I was washing y'all cars. She was willing to go out on a date with you. You took her out on a date. You didn't want the date to end. I got that. Me personally, I ain't gonna even hold you. I would never ask a woman to go back to my place on the first date.
Thank you.
I've never initiated that before. Not on the first date. Definitely at some point in time, but not on the first date. I just always thought it was too forward.
Take notes, guys.
And it's not to say that I didn't end up at my place after the first date or on the first date. I'm just saying I've never asked a woman to come to my house on the first date. Again, I think that is very forward, very presumptuous. I think it sends the wrong signal, so on and so forth. This is me. I'm 44 now. I knew this when I was a fucking teenager. I thought that was weird. I thought that was a little bit too much, a little bit too forward. What do you think this grown man asked this woman?
Let's stop. What do you think, James Harlem? If you meet a girl on the first date, would you ask her to come to your house?
Give me a second. Let me turn my TV down. I made it to the house. It depends on the woman. Like I said, one thing I learned is that there are no absolutes. Say, for instance, there aren't any absolutes, and sometimes you gotta go with the moment. Trust your instincts, but yeah, it depends. So I can't say no. I'll be fronting.
So do you think? What do you think? Do you think that he asked her to sleep with him the same night?
It's possible. I mean, I've done it and had a sustained relationship. But as a result of it, but it just.
But in the same breath, guys will call that same woman a hoe. So,
I mean, some guys.
So men need to make up their goddamn mind. That's what I'm gonna say.
Some
Do you
guys,
want do you want the first date sleeping with the woman, or do you not?
it just depends. It's
Is she
nuance,
a
as I
hoe?
said.
If she does, why does it depend?
Okay, look at
If
it
the
like
goal of the
this.
man is to sleep with the
Supposedly,
woman, if she gives it to
okay.
you, then she's a hoe. What is it? Like, let's.
Well, there are times in my life when I was unfortunate and I didn't have a woman in my life that I desired to be with, and went several months without it, and became sex starved. And it's not so much when it
Sex
happens like that.
starved?
Sex starved when you're not having sex. Love is one thing, but
sex
sex,
starved?
yeah, sex starved. And then if you meet someone who's in a similar position and you guys express the same kind of feelings and you still connect with them regardless of the sex starved or being without sex, and you just want to do that. I mean, hopefully it's protection involved because you don't know the person.
Hello, like that's the thing. That's
Amen.
Go ahead, Angel, because
My thing is, first of all, that's a big red flag for me because, first of all, I'm even gonna feel like you're the problem because why would you want me? Not saying I'm on that, but why would you want me at your house or even to know where you live and we just met each other? You
It's
don't know who I
nuance.
am, how
It's
I'm coming.
nuance.
Yeah,
It's just
I
nuance.
don't even want nobody to know where I live for a while. Like let's get to know each other. How about that?
It's nuance, and what I've learned is, and I used the term before and I use it again, there are no absolutes because you may be denying yourself something that's meant for you, trying to be an absolutist about it. You just have to trust your instincts, be intelligent as you can about it, but to be honest with yourselves. You know, for instance, I think
hold
well, I
on.
was
I'm
going to go.
sorry. Stop. If you meet a woman for the first time, and you're attracted to her, you're gonna want to fuck her.
Yes.
Especially if you guys are vibing.
That's
So,
true.
so you meet this person for the first time, and you sleep with her the same night. Are you really
No,
gonna?
really, red flags. You knowing where I live, you touching my body. Like, I don't even, like, you could have something. Like, I don't know how you get down in your real life. Like, I don't know. That's too much
See,
It's true. I mean,
all these like panels will talk about how
what I'm saying is
women are
that's
hoes, but
something.
come on now, men need to up their game as far as not wanting to sleep with every woman. Like, yeah, you might want to sleep with her, but having some self control. Because then they'll say you're a hoe. But here, so if the one, so there's certain women that probably will do that. They'll meet you on the first night and they'll give it up the first night, and you guys might be vibing, and she just might go with the flow. But then you meet a woman like me that's gonna make you wait, because I'm not jumping in bed with you. You're gonna have to
And
no,
that's a
we
good
gotta like
attitude
build
to
up some
have.
trust. I don't really trust nobody like that. Let's take a test. Let me see your paperwork. All that goes with me. I
Absolutely,
need your
absolutely.
medical
That's a
records,
good attitude
everything.
to have.
But then they say there's something
But
wrong with you.
Right.
as I said before, I'm keeping it a buck. It is nuance because
What is
for
nuance
the
with a
lyrics to
man
the
over top
song,
of a woman? Man, I'm sorry. Y'all are men don't have
what I'm
no
saying is,
situational awareness.
um, not all men are going to say what I just said. They're not going to keep it honest, or they might not even investigate that part of themselves. There are sometimes I remember a lyrics to a song. I think Jamie Foxx had sung it. He said, "When I first saw you, I said to myself, there go my dream." And there are some people who just might make you feel like that, and everything you might think you would do or whatever parameters that you built up, them just gonna just collapse because that individual, you just feeling like that. And I'm not saying everybody's gonna be like that, or you're gonna feel that way towards everybody. But when I say they are no, I mean it's nuance. That's just what I mean. There's
Are
just
you
some
still
people.
with the girl that you had that one night stand with?
I had several one night stands,
See,
and I was fortunate.
see,
I was fortunate.
see. Hello.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the problem. See, everybody want to blame it on the woman, but the thing is that it's a two-way street. Like, men need to value themselves long enough to know that that relationship is not going to last too long, and it's some bullshit, and you're wasting your energy and time. And women need to understand not to give it up. But I see all these different panels talking about how women are hoes and this, that, the other, and body count. But the men are contributing to the body count because at the moment y'all might be feeling each other. Y'all want to go and do some old stupid ass shit first night, but then that woman's a hoe when she get done, and you get to walk away and you clean. That's bullshit. Y'all both was involved. Women, listen. Women need to close their damn legs, and men do too. Men need to have more self control. Women need to close their legs, and y'all need to like vet these men. That's why the damn the STDs are up like this right now as it is.
I mean, we ain't gonna act like we too good, but you know, it comes growth. I mean, everybody's done some things that they probably aren't doing today. I'm pretty sure. But yes, moving different. Why would you go to somebody's house the first day you meet them? Both parties. And why would you sleep with a person the first time you meet them? Kiss them, any of that.
Oh,
because that's your agenda. You clearly are not looking for anything in depth, anything deep. I mean,
how could you have something deep? You've already gotten deep in her vagina. What else is there? What else is there to figure out after that? Like, once you've gotten deep in that level, and now you're gonna start figuring out who the person is, you're backwards. So here's the thing: we're doing shit backwards. You're doing shit ass backwards. Meet the woman, get into her vagina, then figure out who she is, and then wonder why the woman don't work, the relationship don't work. And then you're on red pill panels like, these women are hoes. They always trying to get my money, whatever. Well, you could have figured that out before you even slept with her, and you would have saved your ass a whole bunch of heartbreak. A lot of these men are because they didn't fuck the girl, they liked her pussy, and then they found out she was a gold digger and wanted money out of her, but they still want to fuck her. And what's really going on is they mad because they don't have the money to maintain that relationship with that woman that they found off of fucking whatever website that really want the money. A lot of these women that's like coming as really to sleep with you really quick like that are hoes and prostitutes. Do you understand that there's women that actually be like, will start the like if you gotta like vet the woman, like understand they'll probably listen. I've heard stories of men getting on these dates because I like talk to dudes on dating apps. I don't really date them like that. I like be talking to them, and they'll be like, yeah, I was talking to a girl and I went to dinner with her, and then like about a week later she started asking me for like money, like can I send her $50? Well, if you never listen, he probably didn't screw her that night, but if he would have screwed her that night, then she'd be a gold digger. But if you didn't do it and you just got to like chill out, you'd find out that she's after money, she's a prostitute. But imagine you sleep her that same night and she's just putting on her best appearances and she really is a prostitute the whole time. You'd never goddamn know. Y'all men need to like stop that. Y'all need to like wake up, bro. Come on, bro. But then y'all want to talk about women being hoes and y'all women are hoes. Yeah, there is hoe women. There's women that are hoes, literally for a living. That's what they profession is. Right. To get your money, to like, and then so you don't got wrapped up sexually with her. You love the pussy, but then she get to ask you for money, and now she's a gold digger. Well, she was a hoe. She's a prostitute. and now she's asking you one of her tricks now. And now she won $50 every time y'all have sex with each other, and now you mad. Or 100 or 250 or whatever. Can you pay my bills? But you could have figured that shit out by taking your dick and chilling it out and just waiting. And she probably would have asked you for money at some point, and you would have avoided that whole situation and wouldn't be on a red pill panel tripping. Not saying you, sir, but I'm just saying these men out here could have avoided all that shit. But let's hear what happens to this young lady after she meets the guy at the car wash. She goes out looking nice. Let's hear this story. Let's go.
And I told him, I don't have anything planned. It just depends on what it is you're trying to do. And he was trying to invite me back to his place, and I said no.
Fumble Rooski. That's a fumble, bro. You fumbled it. Right? So if you're a woman, you hung out with this man all day. He's been cool. She said the vibe. Like, listen to what I'm saying. She said, so she liked him enough, physically enough. I'm saying we got past the initial physical attraction to go out on a date with him. He made her feel safe enough to go out on a date with him. She liked the date, right? She liked the date. She said she had fun. She liked the restaurant. The food was amazing. She liked the date. He didn't want the date to end. She was open to continuing said date. He then asks her to go back to his house.
Trying to invite me back to his place, and I said no. So I ended up at my house, at home, with my seafood. I ate my seafood, and that's it. Haven't talked to him since. Don't plan on talking to him. I allowed the experience to happen, and then I allowed the experience to end.
Now, let me tell you something. A nigga like that will get on Facebook and say, all these women, every time I meet a woman, they always ask me, they dine and dash. They just want meals. They just want to eat some food. Well, sir, you asked her to fuck you the moment after you had a date with her. The moment y'all got done eating, you went into, you want to go back to my place. That's what happened. These men are not being real about that. Don't ask a woman to come to your place because you went on one date and gave her some seafood. That is transactional.
And then get mad when she asks for some money.
Hello. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's nuanced. Me personally, if I take somebody out, there's no real expectations on the first night or even several nights. It just depends on how that person or how we react to each other. Sometimes you just in that point in your life at that time, whereas you come to the same agreement that, okay, yeah, I need some love in the night, you need some love in the night. I ain't had nothing about you, ain't had nothing. Let's be safe, let's do this. This is part of human nature that's unavoidable, but it can be detrimental. It can be detrimental because, as was stated before, sometimes it takes a while to really know somebody, and you might not like what you find out about them in time. Then it might be too late. It's a definite gamble. So I just don't have all the answers. What I can say that it's just nuance. Genesis, why you laughing?
It's a lot of ums. It's a lot of ums, honey.
Because I try to be careful what I say because I'm saying what I say from my heart, and I don't want to.
I get it, but yeah, no. Hey, listen, this is a panel. Listen. So Benny Dorn says you should not even set a date with a person unless you have known them and been conversing with them over the phone 30 to 60 days. What do y'all think about that? Now we old. A lot of us are older now, so let's go.
I personally went on a date with a guy. Let me leave out my bathroom because it's echoing. I went on a date with a guy and I liked him, but how it came about, our kids were playing basketball together, his son and my son, and on the basketball court. And my son is, I guess he was tripping him up a little bit, and his son got a little angry and he started trying to get aggressive. So he calmed him down. And then we went to talking, and he was like, you know what? Because I was like, I don't, we were talking about dating, and I'm like, I'm not really interested in dating, not each other, but And he's like, you know what? I want to take you on a date. I'm gonna take you to a comedy show, show you a good time, show you what you're missing. I'm like, I guess, you know. So we go. It was on some friendly stuff. Like it wasn't even like about nothing. And then I ended up liking him at the date. And this man, he stood on business. Like, no, it wasn't a date like that. So he don't want to talk to me. And I'm like, what? Why? But he asked me, did I think about sleeping with him the first time I seen him?
Whoa.
And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, hell no. But I don't know why at that time, but I was like, yeah, I did. He was like, you just lying. And he never talked to me again because of that lie, which it was a lie because I did not think about sleeping with him at all. I don't even know if he was really my type, to be honest. I was trying to get to know him. I didn't even think about that. But fast forward, I have been looking for this man with a flashlight today. No, no, I really liked him though. I really liked him, DJ. I really liked him. But we went on a date and we ended up going and eating and stuff, and we parted ways. And I don't know if he got mad because I wouldn't go to his house with him, but he did ask me to come, you know, hang out with him, and I was like, no, sir.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sleep with you the first time that would be you like have some listen, any women, let me just talk to the women here, okay? Women, listen, that is very dangerous out here. Okay? You are a woman, a female. Y'all females. Okay? Even if a guy is short, he can overpower you and rape you. So women should not be quick to go to nobody's house or no isolated place the first time you meet a person. That's crazy and it's dangerous and what the fuck? Like hell no. Be afraid, be very afraid. You never know what this man could once you're cornered in a situation like this, what could go down.
That's good advice.
But
that's great advice.
But the conversation was, you should date everybody and don't settle down and be in a relationship or move in until you've gotten to know that person and it's been a while.
Honey, you shouldn't move in unless you're married. I don't believe in moving in and shacking
right, up. But I'm saying he was saying
that has been. Like, I have shacked up. I'm gonna tell you what. I wish that I would have never done it. It's a fucking waste.
As far as the restrictions on how long you wait to date a person or how you should date a person, he was just like, you know, I think you should just date everybody that you're interested in, you know, and you should do it. He told me I should do it expeditiously because we don't have but one life. And just date as many people as I can if I'm really trying to be, you know, find a husband and be married. Just date everybody, basically. Just date. Dating is not that deep. But not having sex, not being in a committed relationship or moving in until there is a commitment. And I totally agree with that.
I would say this. Well, the only thing that's dangerous about dating a whole bunch of different dudes going on dates is that the more dudes you date, the odds are that you're gonna run into a fucking lunatic.
Yep.
So I'm like, instead of dating,
we run into those anyway.
Right, but I'm saying rather than dating what I do is I phone conversation them to death, and by the time that phone conversation is through, I have figured out after like talking to him for a period of time that this guy is insane. You know what I'm saying? Because they will do some shit that like, oh hell no. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Like, what you sit me? You're jacking off? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Or they'll say some shit. We'll get into an argument over something, and I'm like, thank God I did not even go there. You know what I'm saying? Because especially when you have your first argument with a person and you realize how they're unable to control their temper, I'm thanking God that this was not in person. You probably would have like knocked me between the laundromat. So I choose to talk. I will talk. I will have a phone, whole like long ass phone thing before I finally say, okay, let's go out. Now, for the first time, I actually just went out on a date with somebody that I had like met and whatever, and he was cool. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, for men, I will phone, ET phone home. Because I'm not fixing to go out. Because I'm not trying to. Hell no. You know
Y'all
what I'm
must
saying?
be scared in 2026. I ain't scared. I'm gonna go on a date.
You ain't never scared. You go on a date.
I ain't never scared. I'm gonna go on a date and weave them out from there. Period. And enjoy life and experience life, and it's whatever. I'm not putting myself at risk because what he don't know is I might be the bigger monster. So at the end of the day, I'm just gonna go on the date, but no strings attached, without my emotions involved in it. Get to know this person in person. I'm looking at you. I'm watching your body language. I'm watching how you treat other people. I'm watching how you treat me. You know what I'm saying? You open the door for me. I mean, it's only so much you can get over the phone. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna go on the date. I'm gonna go on the date and I'm gonna experience the
You
date.
might want to fall back on so much because you got dudes or you got people who you steak.
And I know you might be carrying a pistol, some pepper spray, or whatever, but guess what? Don't fuck around and find out. You gonna fuck around and find out going on a date with me on some bullshit. Because my ancestors and my energy gonna let me know if you on some bullshit immediately. So before we even make it to the date, so I'm not worried about that.
Women need to like normalize having pistols and having like mace and all that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Have all that. Have it, because if you're gonna be all these days,
fuck around and find out. You're gonna fuck around and find out if you on any kind of bullshit with me. No, if you on any kind of BS with me, you're gonna fuck around and find out, and I'm not worried about that. We're gonna go on a date and we're gonna enjoy ourselves. And if it's worth even communicating with you on the phone, because 2026, I'm not even giving people my number. We're gonna talk through some kind of social media link, because after we go on this date, you got any kind of if it's not, I'm vetting you, but I like to vet people in person because, like I said, it's so much you could get over the phone. I want to see how you move. Period.
Yeah, right. You're right. You're right about that.
If you on that BS, you can get it. Period. I'm not worried about that. I didn't make it to where I am today to be worried and scary, or even be moving. I'm not scared at all. I don't move in fear. We're gonna go on a date and we're gonna enjoy ourselves, because I'm gonna enjoy myself no matter where I go, no matter who I'm with, and also vet you and decide if I want you in my life or not. Period. If we could build together or not. Because if that's the case, the dude that we were talking about earlier, the jealous one, he was saying all the right things on the phone and all kinds of stuff, but like I said, as soon as we got into a place, he did a switch up. Them demons couldn't stay in. So I want to see what you're talking about. I done withered a lot of storms, so I'm not moving in no fear. I am very much cautious and aware, but I'm definitely not scared. So let's go. You want to go to, you want to do some fun things or whatever the case. You want to go ride a horse. You want to go eat dinner. You want to go whatever you want to do. Let's go do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always gonna make sure I got my money, just in case you want to flip and talk about I gotta pay my bill, or you want to flip and talk about anything else. Then I have a ride up out of here, 2.5 seconds, and I'll holler at you. It's a no-go. So you don't get my number, you don't get my address, and you don't get to spend any more time with me. Your access is cut off.
That's good. That's a good point. You know what I'm saying? Because if you only meet them online and they don't have your phone number, they can't harass you and none of that shit.
No, girl, come on now. You know what I just went through. At the end of the day, that online and telephone stuff, I mean, I hear you, but nah. People be wearing triple masks. I need to look at you, because one thing I know is my people ain't gonna lie to me. So when I'm looking at you, I'm gonna see what you even trying not to let me see. I'm gonna see it.
That's true. You're right about that. You know what? You 100%. So let's see. So what do you think happened? Let's continue with this story. Let's see what happened. Let's go.
I did have a good time though. It was a good time, y'all.
And peep this. That dude will be a dude talking about some she used me to eat food. No,
thank
she
you.
Just didn't want to fuck you on the first date. She probably would have ended up fucking you later on. Later on down the line. If you just wasn't so goddamn lustful.
Hold on. Blocked on the phone, honey. You can look up a person's phone number and find out where they live, babes. So Angel's right about that. You know, yeah, don't give them your phone. You can get my social media, but not the phone. Call me on IG. But the phone, you could most of us got plans, you know, unless you got like a burner phone. But if you do talk to somebody on the phone, get like a fake number. Don't do the real phone number because they can find out where you live and everything. Yeah. Because I done looked up people's phone number, found their whole layout, like how many felonies they had. Trust me, fucking around with me, if I got your phone number, I know your whole background. Because I got people, I can okay, this is so-and-so, this is the phone number, this their name, everything. And by the time I'm through, I know every house you own. If you're divorced, if you're married, I know how many felonies you have. You have kids. I got listen. I got.
You're the queen of background, huh?
The background check. Okay. You give me your phone number, and I know your whole life.
I want to address the comments. I'm just gonna say one thing. Y'all moving on some scary shit in 2026. We are at risk every day that we live. We are at risk when we go grocery shopping and buy some of this fake ass food. Like at the end of the day, you know, you don't have to agree with how I'm moving, but I'm moving like this. You know, I'm just saying, no, I'm not no Tupac hit 'em up and all that other stuff they put in the comments, but definitely I am not on no scary shit. I'm at risk every day that I breathe. And guess what? I'm still living my life, period.
I'm gonna live my life. Right. Abe, you know what? Shouts out. You know what? I might go ahead and take on some of your things. Maybe I do need to meet. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you what. I done met a few people online. I was like, damn, I'm glad I didn't actually meet you in person, nigga. That you a lunatic.
That's why you have a phone conversation. But I'm saying, if you decide that you want to move forward, why are you gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna vet you a couple of times on the phone before, because because you could be this, you could be that. A lot of shit can happen. You could walk outside and get hit by a car. At the end of the day, right? I'm not saying just like every person that you meet on the phone or online you meet up with. I don't meet people online and on the phone. So if I'm out and my son is playing basketball and, like how that situation went, yeah, I'm gonna go, boom, we can meet up. Now you start talking about, oh, you want to pick me up from my house? No, I'm gonna meet you there. Send me to Addie.
Oh, yeah, straight up, I'm gonna meet you there. I'm not. You don't get to know where I live at.
Yeah, I'm getting my own vehicle. I'm not gonna say I'm moving just loosely. I'm cautious and aware, but I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I'm not gonna go because I might not have a good time. I'm gonna always have a good time because I'm in my energy. When I go somewhere, whether even if you were to walk out and leave, let's say we go meet up and we're at let's say a little carnival or something, and you decide you want to throw a tantrum and leave. That's not going to shift my energy. I'm going to enjoy this carnival and I'm going to go and go home. You're lost. You dropped the bag. I know what I'm coming with. So it's not shifting nothing for me. And I'm not saying that I'm absolute or right. I'm just saying this is how I'm moving. And I've learned from my lessons. You're not shifting nothing. We're going to go hurry up. The cleanup crew is going to come in and get that out the way before it causes any more damage, and we're gonna keep going. We outside. We were not designed to hide. Like he told me we hiding our pictures. I'm not ever hiding. We were not designed to hide. I'm not gonna hide in the house because I'm scared of how people are moving. I'm just gonna come prepared, aware of my surroundings, aware of what's going on, aware of, I might even have you like, oh, we're gonna meet here, boom, and then I tell you, okay, well, I'll meet you over there by the little Slurpee thing. And I might observe you before I even walk up to the Slurpee thing. Because, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. We know how to move. Stop playing.
Right.
And then if I see any kind of fishy shit, you might not even get access to me. I might just go on in this place and enjoy myself and keep it pushing.
And be like, hey, hey, my car broke down.
I'll catch you on the next round, right?
Right. Hello.
You could have actually gotten to a different level. You could have gone to a different level with her, right? That's what I'm like, man. It be us, man. It be us. If you don't see the problem in what just took place, I don't know what to tell you. Because that right there would be a humongous turnoff. Man, let me put it into a way maybe y'all will be able to understand, right? The way y'all like to lie on women and talk about how women want to use you for your money and all that stuff. Okay, so imagine, same scenario, you took her out already, right? You ask her where does she want to go? And after that, she names some swanky place that costs $100 a head to get into, and the drinks cost $50 a pop. I'm just making it, to make it extreme so you can understand what I'm saying. What would you feel? Or what if she said, let's go to the mall and go shopping? Or what if she said, let's go to Chanel, buy me a bag, buy me some perfume, something like that. Anything like that, right? Like, wouldn't it give it away instantly? Like, yo, that's too fast. If this was, listen to what I'm saying. If this was y'all 50th date and she said that, I'm sure you would look at it completely different. It's your first date. Context matters. If my wife says, hey, babe, let's go to Louis Vuitton. I want you to buy me a bag, or I want to buy a bag or whatever right now. I'll be like, bet. Can I get one too? Because I want the Louis Duffel. Cool, let's go. I know my wife is down. I know she's not using me for my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't think anything of her. I'd be like, cool, bet. If she would have said that to me in the first month of us dating, I would have been like, red flags. What the fuck are you talking about? That's a weird thing. Let alone the first date.
But guys do that all the time.
I'll make it even.
Guys will just reveal their hand. Like, I want some pussy.
Right.
Like, just straight up, like on some like, oh, okay, yeah. And then we supposed to be like, and then, oh, you just wanted to have a meal. No, you just wanted some pussy, and it was very obvious, and you just didn't have no crumbs about just coming at me on some pussy.
I'll slow it up a little bit. What if same scenario, you ask her where does she want to go, and she says, I want to take you to meet my father right now.
What the fuck?
No, I'm good. That's weird. That's a lot. For the first, that's a lot. No, I'm not ready to meet what? Your dad.
No, I had a dude do that. He told me.
Go ahead.
He told me he wanted me to meet his family, and I was like, no, I don't really feel comfortable meeting your family. Like, I'm still trying to get to know you. Do you know this dude tells me we were supposed to be going somewhere, going out together. He pulled up to his mom's house, and he's like, come on. I'm like, no. And he's like, yeah, I want you to meet my mom. I said, so you're going to try and force me to meet your family, and I just told you I don't want to meet your family. Like, you're weird. Weird.
Moving too fast.
And these are all stories that, this is back in the day.
Hey, no, listen, I remember a person, the person that that we both know, met his mom first date at the casino. The first date.
Really?
Met his mom on the first date. Yes.
Why was she at the casino? That's a anomaly.
Like, the whole thing was weird. Like what kind of... Yeah. So, yeah, that was crazy.
Y'all be over here worried about body count. I'm over here worried about a woman inviting me over to meet her daddy too soon. Because, like, what the fuck? Why? That's crazy. How many niggas have you done this with? Introduce him to your father, right?
Well, it used to be a thing that you meet the father first before you go on a date. Remember that time frame? Back in the day, you meet the father and then you go on the date. So that's how convoluted we've gotten now, is that he thinks it's weird that she says, meet my father. But it used to be a time that before you go on the date, the first thing you do is meet the father. Hell, don't you remember prom? Wasn't it during prom you meet the father vets you, and then he says, okay? But, we're in this new time frame now where it's like, that's weird to meet the father, though. That's
what I'm saying. The lustfulness.
Maybe if you meet the father first, you won't be sending her dick pics and stuff, all that weird.
Right, no. No, why was I about to say the same thing? Like, we in the new time, new day and age, and with a whole new generation, and they don't move like that. They ain't moving like that.
They moving fast as hell and getting STDs and HIV and all this other stuff. That's what the problem is.
Girl, they not just moving fast, they moving crooked. That's why I said, like, girl, please, I'll scope it out. I'm gonna see if there's something I want to do.
Right. Like, no. Like, people talking about being a cougar. Hell no, not the way these little young niggas is out here. Cougar is over. Any cougar, any people body is a cougar now is putting their life on the line because these people out here wilding. You know, I mean, you should hear the stories of how people are contracting these diseases. It's like these people they don't even care about even having
Girl, I don't even want them to see what I look like until we show up for the date. Like, I met you, you don't even know nothing. You know A in the circle online. And then when we pull up, I'm scoping out the scene because I don't have time. I don't have time.
Let's go.
Is destroying the connections.
Some of you men are hypersexual, and it's so uncomfortable and disrespectful. I remember I went on this date with this dude, and in the beginning, the conversation was cool. Like, we were talking about life and all the other stuff, getting to know each other. Then it quickly went into, if you know, you know.
In the beginning, the conversation was cool. She liked him. Then the conversation took a turn. Turned sexual.
At first, he started throwing out, hints. And I don't understand what guys don't get it. It's like, if a girl is showing you the signs that they're not interested in that, why do they keep going?
Because men are coercive. Like Tupac said, I don't want it if it's that easy. We don't want the women that want to give it to us. I mean, we'll take it, but we don't want the women that are too easy, right? Even though him doing that, he obviously was to me, it's like he was hoping you were easy, but at the same time, now that you're not easy, he becomes more aggressive.
But if she was easy, he would still fuck her. That's the conundrum about men. If you're easy, he gonna still fuck you. But if you're not, then he'll respect you. But he gonna still fuck you at the same time.
But how backwards thinking is that? And then they want us to take advice. You want me to let you lead me, but you're willing to stick your dick, which should actually be a higher priority than you going on a damn date and meeting a parent.
Right, but be submissive. Submit to what?
They're confused and delusional. And
what am I submitting to? I'm submitting to a person that has no self-control. That at any moment that you have like this whole thing within your body, that if I said I would fuck you, you would fuck me. But if I said no, then I guess you respect me. But how many other women that you would probably even fuck that said yes, but then you want to come back to me, the person that said no, and then be still fucking other man? They're
gonna be messing with those females in the background while they try to get to know you until you're willing to give it up.
You know what I'm saying? While they're waiting on you to finally break, they're actually screwing the woman that said yes on the other dates that they went on. The easy woman.
Like you say, you gotta elevate your game.
Come on, y'all.
Men are coercive. We are socialized to be coercive.
Why do they keep going? And then they keep pushing it. But what sent me over the edge? This man was so, like, he wanted to let me know so bad that he just wanted to do it so bad. A guy rode past us on a bike. And he was like, "Ooh, I hate bikes." I'm like, "Why you don't like bikes?" He was like, "I don't like when my touches the seat." I'm like, okay. And I said exactly that. Then he kept going. He was like, something about things touching my area just makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, okay. I'm just saying okay at this point, right? So then he goes into saying how he doesn't like to wear underwear because it touches his manhood. He actually likes to be free. The whole time I'm going, okay, you're killing it for me. You're killing it for me. So then he also proceeds to say, I also, since we're on the topic, remind you, he said, since we're on that topic, I remember I was talking to this girl and she just kept touching me in this area. And then he gonna look at me and say, what is it with y'all and touching men? And I looked at him and I said, why are you asking me? I was like, I made this face. I'm like, what? And he was like, does that mean like I don't get hints? I don't get these hints. Like, if you want it, just let me know. Remind you, I'm not even engaging in conversation at this point. This is how the conversation is legit just going. And so I'm just like, dang, like, you was a cool dude until you started talking about that. And then after that, we left because I'm the type of girl, I am blunt, but I also care about my safety. So I didn't want to be like, you know what, this conversation is over. And then he followed me to my car and do something because he's mad that I said the conversation is over. So I kind of let it play out or whatever. So then when we left or whatever, he texted me because I wasn't going to text him at that point. So he texted me and was like, hey, you want to hang out again tonight? And I said, and do what? And then so he was like, what you want to do? I said, you asked me. He was like, well, it takes two people to come up with plans. No, it don't. You asked me. So then he was like, you want to come at my house or do you want to do something adventurous? I said,
well, they love to come to somebody's house.
Men.
The lust will do it every time, y'all. The lust will do.
Y'all need to cut that coming over my house. Y'all don't even know if this woman might have a dude in the background that's really about to like rob you. These men be so goddamn stupid and so dick centered. You're gonna meet a girl, you don't know who she is, and invite her to your house. You don't know if there's a dude waiting in the background that's about to like.
He probably in the bushes.
In the bushes.
No, he might be the one that was in the bushes. That's the point. He want to go to her house because he on some bullshit. He is the bush dude.
Right. He is you're right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to cut it out. But then they say it's the woman. Y'all a bunch of hoes, y'all females. But we need to talk about these men sometime and how they moving out here in this world. They forget the STD rates are high. Y'all just want to just jump in on some cootie cat as soon as y'all get it.
Do it every time. The lust will do it every time. And the way that men be oblivious to this for some, but y'all be knowing though. Y'all be knowing. It just be a numbers game. He soon as he got done with her, he was probably simultaneously texting 3 other girls at the same time.
Thank you.
That's usually what.
Ain't that crazy? He said what we said, but they saying I'm crazy. Come on now.
Hello.
Talking about me in the comments. I'm funny.
I don't went on a date with a female before, and they started. She asked what my size and my manhood. So it goes both ways. Okay. So what did you do? Did you show her your manhood? What did you do? See, here's the thing. It's not about what she asked. It's about what you did with that information. Did you pull your dick out and show it to her and show how big it was, or say how big it was just so you could like get some pussy? Or did you say, man, that conversation is like, let's table that. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of men, when that happens, say, oh, it's an opportunity to get some pussy. They will probably whip their dick out. Like, okay, you wanted to see it, you did. No, you didn't. Okay, thank God. Because there's too much STDs out here and people are this. Wow, let's go.
I just think that it is so hilarious how often men lie about this and act like this ain't what's going on. Like this ain't the reality. Sir, gentlemen, this is the reality. Get a hold of your Johnson. Get a hold of your sexuality, man. Y'all be overly freaked out. Y'all be some freaky ass frogs, man. Shit is crazy. And the women are openly telling us that ain't it. And y'all.
So say if her energy was right and she asked you the same question, would you do it? Or would you have like some like rules to yourself to say, you know what, I'm not going to whip my dick out on the first date? You see what I'm saying? If the energy with y'all was vibing, y'all doing good or whatever, are you going to still hold yourself to that same rule? Or would that be the exception to the rule where you would whip it out and say, yeah, it's like this. Like say y'all having a great time y'all vibing, y'all just at the other said, man, let me see your, yeah. Would you be like, oh, yeah. Or would you be like, no, we ain't, let's table that for the moment. That's the part that I'll just be questioning. Like, because like I said, men will say that women are hoes, but men also don't have as much self-control. If men exercise self-control as much as women did and everything, and we just was just all like having self-control and the STD rate will be down, everything would be a lot different. And I mean, the birth rate is already down, so a lot of this is really like not even happening on a higher scale as what we're talking about. But for those that are, that's where you get your STD rates. That's where you get all this other crazy stuff because there's people that's wild out here.
Like, I'm gonna make it fit. Because y'all like coercing women. Y'all like sleeping with women who don't want to sleep with you. That's really what it is.
Right. So listen. All right. So I wanted to I'm about to wrap this up because we've been here for like hours. All right. This has been a great show. Man, we're damn near hitting on damn near about to be 4 hours. So I want, I know y'all got a Saturday, it's like 5:00. You probably want to get out and do something. But let's get some before I get the final words. I just want to just say this, and I really appreciated Miss Kit for what she actually said in her video. Okay. You can call me a feminist all you want, but I believe that we need to start having more standards. Women need to have more standards. Men need to have more standards on who they're sticking their dicks inside of. We all need to give a fuck. We need to start giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too much going on out here. Too many kids being born out of wedlock. Too much STDs out here. Too much of just debauchery. And who gonna fix it but us, right? So let's talk about compromise. Let's go.
Eartha Kitt?
That's not for me to decide.
Can anyone live with Eartha Kitt?
That's not for me to decide. That's for someone who decides to live with me to decide. Not for me.
But are you willing to compromise within a relationship?
To compromise? What is compromising? Compromising for what? Compromising for what reason? To compromise? For what? To compromise. What is compromise?
If a man came into your life, wouldn't you want to compromise?
Stupid. A man comes into my life and I have to compromise? You must think about that one again. A man comes into my life and you have to compromise for what? For what? For what? A relationship is a relationship that has to be earned, not to compromise for. And I love relationships. I think they're fantastically wonderful. I think they're great. I think there's nothing in the world more beautiful than falling in love. But falling in love for the right reason, falling in love for the right purpose, falling in love. Falling in love. When you fall in love, what is there to compromise about?
When you fall in love, what is there to compromise about? What are your thoughts on that? Compromising for what? For who? For what?
I totally agree with her. When you start compromising, that falls into the category of what? Controlling. You're trying to build a bitch or build a man. There's no.
I think that compromise, we meet each other in the middle, and we can work together. But why would I compromise anything. When something is compromised in the military, that means that this is tainted. That it is, you know what I'm saying? When something is compromised in any other situation, like say in business something is compromised, that's not a good sign. To compromise anything is not good. Let's go.
Isn't love a union between two people? Or does Eartha fall in love with herself?
I think if you were to think about it in terms of analyzing, yes, I fall in love with myself and I want someone to share it with me. I want someone to share me with me.
Has that happened?
Bye, Waylon! Bye! Many times. In many ways.
The crowd wants to know if you're gonna do a part 2.
Yeah, we can do a part. Do you want to do a part 2, Angel? Later on?
What time?
I don't know. It's up to you. We could probably do like about what time is a good time? Like 9 or something like that, or 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever.
Well, if it's 8 or 9 where you at, then what am I? Yeah, that's cool.
We probably about 9 o'clock. We'll probably do another one at 9. I hope y'all like the show.
Ladies, I enjoyed it a great deal.
Shouts out. All right. So let's get some final words. All right. So Barack is here, but he's not here. He shouts out to Barack. Are you still here, Barack? No, he's here, but he's not. He's probably listening. He's probably at work. So James Harlem, give your words to end this show.
Well, once again, this has been a great broadcast. It's been thought-provoking. We don't have all the answers, but we are seeking for some understanding, and that's a good thing. As far as compromise, the last thing that was spoke about, okay, we together, we moving forward together. You like to go hang out with the girls every night, 6:30 for some drinks or whatever. Okay, I need you, because I love you, to be with me more. Because I have to go to work at a certain time, and the only time I got to spend with you. So the compromise would be, okay, I'm gonna have to spend a little less time with you girls because my dude needs me. And this is the only time frame that is gonna be conductive to us being together. His compromise was allowing you to do that, even though he wanted to be with you at that time. He just wanted to make you happy by you doing what you wanted to do, but it started to affect them. You guys come together and express your thoughts to each other, then you form a compromise on what could be done so both of us can be more satisfied.
All right, so that's your final word.
As far as compromise, there are moments in life where there is some compromising to be done.
All right.
Until 9 o'clock, right? What time you coming back?
About 9 o'clock. We're gonna come back and talk more about this.
Yeah.
Angel, what are your final words? Angel? Okay.
I'm here. I just want to say it's all love on my part. We live, we learn, and that is the whole purpose As far as compromise, I'm gonna touch on that, and I'll be ready for you guys at 9 o'clock.
All right. So you're going to, okay. So you're going to touch on compromise at the 9 o'clock show? Okay.
I mean, unless you want to do a different subject. I mean, since we ended on that note, why not dig deep into that? You know?
Right. So you know what we should do? Okay. So the next show is going to be, should we compromise in a relationship?
And what's your perspective?
Yeah. So that's going to be that's going to be the subject. All right. It is, should we compromise? Or is compromise?
No. Me, Tarzan, you, Jane, you Cook.
Oh Lord, is compromise? So the next show will be: is compromise important in a relationship? Is that a good subject?
Yes.
James, that's your perspective though, because see, I dated a chef, baby. I was with him for 7 years, and he cooked for me. So
yeah, most men are better cooks than women half the time anyway. I mean, the whole chef industry is filled with men. So
yeah, I cook pretty good myself, and I've been with women who couldn't cook as good as me, and I didn't mind making most of the meals. It's just you got to show some effort sometimes to cook something. Yeah, I like
now you're tracking back on your word. I mean, I thought it was you cook.
See, even in Africa, like certain tribes, like the men are the one that cook. But this is like
so you compromising right now.
Hey,
you talk about that more 9 o'clock.
All right.
Listen, much love, guys. Thank you guys for being with us. Man, it's almost been 4 hours. It's been 3 hours and 40 minutes. Shouts out to those who stayed. Much love. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you have not. You know what I'm saying? If you can, next time, donate to the channel. If you're on like the mobile, I think it's like a super like or something like that. That you can give like a little bit of little gifts to the channel. And I appreciate those gifts because it keeps the channel going. Because I got to pay a bill every month for StreamYard, and that helps me to keep it going. I appreciate everything. Much love to YS Millennial, my favorite mod. Peace out. And also Sakaya Israel. He's also my favorite mod. So much love to the mods. Much love to Nightbot. Peace out, guys. Have a nice day.
Just when I thought I couldn't find my way out, yeah, I searched the God in me to find my way out. I know it can seem way out, but the Creator flows to and through me from way out. I'm talking way out, yeah, yeah, yeah. See if you believe in the God in you.